Hello, these spectacular specimens of humankind, you happy-go-lucky scamps of individuals. Welcome on into the cult of Vane, the home of hedonism, here on this little corner that we call twitch.tv/Valen You may notice that I am looking metal as fuck. I hate this whole symbol it's so early 2000s. It's not really me at all. You can also get to see a very sexy flash of knee today because it is warm. Not as warm as it's going to be. I've realized that I am going over. Jesus Christ, everything's moving. I'm going over to Europe right in the middle of a heat wave, which, given the country I'm going to, could be problematic. So there is going to. I've packed most of my airy, floaty light clothes, in order to ensure that I am going to be all right over there. But we'll see. We'll see. I have got a nice hot cup of tea to hopefully raise my core temperature, which will then make everything else feel colder. That's the plan. That is the plan, you know. I will say, friends, before we even get off, that today is going to be sharpish because I've got a million things to do today. We are going to be having our ad break in the first hour, or at the first hour, so that I can go hang out my washing that is currently still in the fucking washing machine after the cycle didn't. You know when you program a washing machine and it's like it's going to take an hour and 15 minutes and you're like, that's perfect. An hour and 15 minutes will take me just before I start streaming, which means that I will be able to hang it all out and then press go live and we'll be perfectly fine. And then you go back to it and you're like, why is there still 20 minutes left? Why is there still 20 minutes left? You should be done. You said an hour and 15 minutes. What the actual fuck? So I need to go hang out laundry, bed sheets. It's not like a million billion socks or anything like that. It's just like bed sheets. So it won't take me very long at all. But that's when we're doing that. And then I need to be relatively sharp this evening on finishing, because I am going to go and see my dear friends Safi Pie and Peachy Pixelate. But I need to make sure that I finish so that I can get everything sorted to be able to get there. Because we're seeing a show together. So, very, very exciting times for me, you know, for me. I don't care about anybody else, but for me, it's worth it, you know. How's it going, Senbarflay? Hello, Memi. Also, Kiara Strings, you cheeky little devil. Caro, welcome on in. Vexatious Quipsy, cheeky little devil. Lena Laura, welcome back on in. Frankie D, how you doing, you cheeky little devil? Astro Girl, welcome on in. Reb Gresh, welcome back. How you doing? Terry Enby, of course. Hello, you wonderful bean. Gilus, Hestia, Pix. Oh, so many wonderful human beings here today. Have to go to work, unfortunately, in 15 minutes. Well, we appreciate you being here and popping in and saying hi when you could, Hestia. Popping in and saying hi when you could. All those beautiful people that are using your channel points to lurk, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. That is very, very kind of you to do so. My shift got cancelled, so here I am. Well, choosing to come in. And one of the votes today is, of course, the Long Dark. One of the things you could, if you want to all settle in for a day of freezing temperatures, then that is definitely a possibility for sure. That is definitely a possibility for sure. Yes, today's intro track for the starting soon screen was from a friend of mine, Neo Cryptid, who is a wonderful, wonderful individual, and he's got like a sort of pseudo Devin Townsend, slightly more industrial vibe to it, which I am a big fan of. So yeah, that is that, you know. Can we switch? I want to keep my mind off the gym. You really are quite the gym addict, aren't you, Kiara? Quite the gym addict. Bionic Bearman, how you doing, you wonderful bean? How's it going, Eris Ptolemy, you cheeky little devil? A kilt? No. Have you ever worn a kilt, Frankie D? Kilts are so fucking warm. Kilts are so warm. It's unreasonable. Like, you haven't? Yeah, I was about to say, they're so warm. People are like, oh, well, wear a kilt. It's nice and airy. They're not airy. They're not airy at all. One of the swampiest Gucci's I have ever had has been wearing a kilt, because I was like, oh yeah, I'll wear a kilt to this wedding. It'll be a nice thing. And of course, having had a Scottish relative, one of my grandparents was Scottish, I was like, I will do it properly. I will wear no underwear underneath. That is the proper Scottish way. As an ode to my Scottish grandparent, I will wear no underwear. and it was the end of July, and it was really fucking warm, and I was like, I really hope, I genuinely hope in the heart of hearts that I do not pull at this wedding, that I do not lure myself into a wonderful romantic liaison, because my gusset area is like the swamps of Mississippi. It is not a pleasant place to be right now. All right, not a pleasant place to be at all under any circumstances. So yeah, I would not wear a kilt in this. I'd wear a skirt in this weather. I wouldn't wear a kilt in this weather though. No, definitely not. I've actually, for my trip over to Europe, I have purchased some shorts. I don't like shorts, generally speaking, friends. I'm not a fan of shorts. I think they look great on other people. Just on me personally, not a fan. Not generally a fan of the aesthetic that shorts give off for me. And I think that's because I like to have this sort of alluring, elegant, tantalizing kind of aesthetic. And I don't think that shorts gives that off on me personally. You know, it just doesn't do it. But I've purchased some shorts, and we will see how that goes. We will see how that goes for sure. One of the things that I know that we're doing over the weekend. Oh no, I can't say. Let me check if my little brother's in here first. Let me check if my little brother is in here first. I don't think he watches. I don't think he has the time to watch my my streams or my VODs. No, he's not. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. One of the things I know we're doing involves... Oh, but he might do. I can't tell you just in case he does. Shit. On Monday when I get back, all right, and bearing in mind that Monday I am literally flying in, driving back from Manchester Airport, and then as soon as I walk in the door, I'll be pressing go live. It will be late. I would imagine it's probably going to be about 8 p.m. as opposed to 7 p.m., so about an hour later than usual. But I will do what I can to get back as quickly as possible so that I can get onto stream as quickly as possible. And then I can tell you all of the things. You know, you can ban him. No, we can't. And then unban him on Monday. No, we couldn't do that. Otherwise, he'll have loads of questions. And I don't want to have to deal with that shit, you know. But there's some fun activities that we're looking at doing for sure. Prowling Panther, how you doing? Good time zone to you as well, and you wonderful individual. I'll take your shift and the overtime. Oh my lordy. Thankfully, it's much cooler over here this morning. That's good. It was really fucking hot this morning, and then it's cooled down a little, but I've just seen that all of the clouds are fucked off, so I'm expecting it to get even hotter. You know what I mean? Are we getting off? We could be. Maybe. I'm all for it. Oh, you mean like getting off early? No, not a chance, Sembar. Even if I finish stream at the correct time, you have to stay overtime because you are my moderator. What happens? What happens if this chaotic community that we have here decide to start a hype train offline? What will we do then? I won't be around. I'll be too busy having fun. Okay? I need my moderators who are chained. I mean, they are voluntarily staying up in the attic, and you know, you cheer them on. Shit. I feel like this is backfired. God damn it. Typical washing machine. I know it's a pain in the hoop. I've literally just heard it go beep now. I've heard it go beep.
Hand it to me, go.
It's finished.
Hand it to it.
Like,
hand it to it.
Bastard.
Smiling face, hugging face.
Reb Grace, thank you very much for 100 little panderings, you cheeky devil. I appreciate you, you beautiful being. That's very kind of you. That's very kind of you. Anetta, how you doing, you cheeky little devil? Kelly, welcome on in. Hello, you beautiful individual. How am I? I'm very good. How are you? Okay, I'm warm. Toasty warm. Busy, because I'm trying to prep everything for the weekend away, but also prep all of the content that I need to post while I'm away. So it's busy times at the moment in the run-up to me having a few days in Europe, but overall it's good. You know, Migraine today will be lurking. Tin of Change, you take it easy. Come here, have this cheeky kiss. Take the cheeky kiss, you beautiful being. Take the cheeky kiss. You take it easy, beautiful individual. You know, you haven't, no. Gym addict? No, but I'm not going to the gym until Saturday, and the days are going oh so very slow. That sounds like a mild addiction. I mean, I use addiction liberally. Addiction, as we all know, actually requires some kind of external chemical. But the colloquial phrase of gym addict, you know? You know, are you on like rest for this week or something, Kiara? Is that the plan? Safbridge, welcome on in. How you doing? Kilts should be good quality. Well, mine definitely is. The most expensive outfit I own is my kilt suit. The most expensive outfit I own is my kilt suit. Like, bar none. It is an unreasonable amount of fucking money. But, you know. Gusset is such an excellent word. It really is. It really is. I'm quite a fan of it. I know that a few people are not fans of the word gusset, but there we go. Rendezvous in the shower? That's not a bad idea. If I am ever in a place where I'm out on the raz, on the pull, designing to get with a delightful consenting adult, and I have a swampy gusset, I will remember liaising in the shower is an option. I would like, come, my dear. Come. Let us vacate our way into this wonderful shower space. Even though I have bought a very small hotel and the shower space is a tiny little cube, we can squeeze. We can squeeze. I disliked shorts until I got my thigh tattoo. Now I adore shorts. Interestingly enough, Terry MB, I like shorts that look a little bit more like hot pants. I can get on board. It's when it's like to the knee shorts or like to the mid thigh shorts. I am not a fan of. On me personally. On other people, they look fucking amazing. I have seen people look fucking phenomenal in such shorts, and yes, absolutely, applause to you. You go, you. But just on me, I'm just like, Whereas in the same, it's not like I don't like my legs or I don't like my body or anything like that. I will happily, people who have seen me at Ken or seen the pictures of Ken know that I will wear a fucking codpiece and big fuck off boots. Do you know what I mean? I'm all for. I am all for a cheeky bit of leg flashing, but shorts just a bit meh. Just a bit meh. Do you know what I mean? Bit meh. I wear a lot of Hawaiian shirts. Now I have 2 sets of matching shorts and shirts. That's hilarious. Frankie D, if you enjoy like the garish patterns of Hawaiian shirts and stuff, have you come across a company called Shit Shirts or Shite Shirts, I believe they're called? A few people have copied it. They've copied the idea now, but Shite Shirts was the original, and I fucking love them. I think they're absolutely hilarious. Don't think so. Shite Shirts. Okay. Can we get... Oh, they've branched out. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Can I... get an image of the Shite Shirts? I can't, of course not, because they don't do that. This is not a very well advertised, very well marketed site. The first I discovered about this was my own father, my dear papa. This wonderful individual will do. Absolutely. Open image in new tab. Perfect example. Perfect example. So, allow me to explain the premise before I show you the photo. Okay? The premise is you go onto Shite Shirts and you order a size of shirt. Okay? You order a size of shirt. You don't order what it's going to look like. You don't look at the pictures and go, oh, that's very, very interesting, or what have you. You order a size of shirt. Then the company will make that shirt out of random bits of fabric. And you don't get a choice about what that fabric is. As a result, it ends up looking something like this. Something like this. It is a shite shirt made out of random bits of fabric. And their returns policy is there is no returns policy. That takes the fun out of it. Which I think is excellent. My father has one of these shirts. I do not yet have one of these shirts, but I will have one of these shirts. Out of sheer principle of the fact that I love the idea of it. I love that chaotic random nature. Roll the dice, see what you get. RNG shirting. You know? But yeah, shite shirts. I think that there are some other people who have copied the idea and stuff, like this fucking foul fashion or some shite like that. But these are the OG. These are the OG. These are the original people that did it. And as a result, I would encourage you to support the original people that did it, not the people that are stealing the idea. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, shite shirts. As soon as you say Hawaiian shirts, I'm immediately like, boom, I know what I need to talk about here. You know? Strawberry Sensation, hello you beautiful bean. Kelly, you good? I'm glad to hear it. Scar, welcome on in. How you doing? How you doing? Where the fuck was I? All the way back there. There we go. There we go. Oh, Zara, hello you beautiful bean.
Most kind.
Razotta.
Valen with double V's.
Valen with double V's. You cheeky little devil, you. Coming in with a tier 3 for 59 months. Good lord. Good bloody lord. That's so many months, Razotta. That is so many months. What are you doing? That is so many months. Razotta, I have inscribed your name upon the mirror vein. By having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. That's tier 4. We've discussed this. Good lord, after 59 months, you'd think you remember. And of course, you get access to all those sexy little emotes, including the tier 2 Pokemon emotes and the tier 3 cursed emotes. You also get a discount on the merch store, as always. And most importantly, I am very, very extremely grateful for the fact that you also take us 6 points towards the 60-40 split for July. 6 whole fucking points with that. Tier 1's 1 point. Tier 2 is 2 points. Tier 3 is 6 points. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But the most important thing, as well you know, where are you? There you are. Is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I wish they'd bring around cloning. So when someone says, go fuck yourself, I literally could. Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? You know? Also, shiny, sparkly. The pocket mirror vein, it's the tier 3 mirror of all things. How you doing, Zara Zodiac Keller, you wonderful bean? Don't know, sounds like you've never seen a striptease with a pair of zip-off shorts. I've seen burlesque with zip-off trousers. I've never seen a striptease with zip-off shorts, though. Color me intrigued. Color me intrigued, ZZ. Yeah, you've piqued my interest there, my friend. You've piqued my interest there. Where did you discover this tantalizing technique? Tell me. Tell me. Love a hoochie daddy and shorties. Yeah. Oh, cheer them on. Oh, my, no. No. I'm well just sat in a truck stop waiting for my start time so I can run a delivery and then start my trip back home. Lorry driver in the States. Oh, Prowling Panther. That sounds long and laborious, my friend. That sounds long and laborious. I hope that it is a quick trip at the very, very least. Or at the very least, you have some good, like, audiobooks or something to listen to while you are taking the long old trip. I heard rumor, and I don't know how true this is, but I heard rumor that in America, because like so much of the land is so flat, they had to put bends in the road instead of having like a straight road between like city A and city B. Because the distance is so long between them, they physically have to put bends in the road, because they found that drivers, as they were driving along, because everything just stayed the same for so fucking long, because the mountains in the distance were so fucking far away and the surrounding area looked so similar, that if they were just driving in a straight road, they would end up like sort of zoning out and entering like a trance-like state. And that was like when most of the crashes and stuff happened, was because a lot of the drivers, not through anything, it's just like a sort of pseudo what's the word, like a pseudo trance state, pseudo hypnotic state, and they were just like and then just drive off the road, and it's like, fuck, no, can't do that. So they physically had to put bends in the road in order to keep the driver's brain active. Which, having driven, we drove out of Vegas to go and see like the Hoover Dam and shit like that. Was it the Hoover Dam? We were on our way to the Grand Canyon. I think it was the Hoover Dam. I think we detoured to the Hoover Dam. Anyway, yeah, there was like, it was like flat, and it was just like, oh good lord, this is ridiculous. We are going straight. We kept stopping on the highway and just being like, right, we're gonna change drivers, even though like when we were there was like one driver that was allowed to drive all the time because they were the one that were insured. But they were like, we're on a flat road, there's no cars around for miles and miles and miles, let's just do it, get on the flat road, change things, change drivers, all fine and dandy, back to the original driver before we got to any kind of civilization, you know. It was all fine. You shouldn't do that, friends, it's very bad, but it was all fine. Yeah, that was when we were like, fucking hell, this is pretty wild, isn't it? I'm glad that we have each other in the car to keep us entertained, because it is flat and nondescript. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I know. I'm wonderful. Hope you enjoy your time away. Thank you very much, Annetta. I'm going away for my little brother's second stag do. He had a stag do, a bachelor party for the people that are not from the UK or Europe or what have you. He had a UK stag do for like people that couldn't afford to go abroad and shit like that, and then he's having a second stag do in Europe in order to for people, because that's what a lot of people are doing these days, is having two stag do's. And I'm just like, fucking hell, like, made of money much. However, I couldn't do that for my brother. I couldn't miss it out for my brother. Do you know what I mean? He's my little bro. He's my little bro. So I may have sold my soul to some nefarious slime creature, but it will be worth it. It'll be good. It'll be good to get away as well for a couple of days. Change of scenery. Not working quite so much. I won't be allowed. I won't be able to work quite so much, you know. Having a proper kilt suit is still on my to-have list. Yeah, absolutely. They are cool. They look very, very cool. I do love my kilt suit for sure. But they are expensive as shit. The proper ones are expensive as shit. I like I said, it is my most expensive item, like my most expensive outfit upstairs for sure. For sure. Flux Kitten coming, Cheeky Devil. What do you like claiming cheeky kisses, you cheeky individual, you? I also have a whimsical fact to give from Strawberry Sensation from 6 minutes ago. I'll give you it momentarily. I'm going to try and catch up with chat a wee bit first. I'm on rest, and the rest days go by slowly. It feels like I'm in a Stanley Kubrick film. Fair play. I have to have longer shorts because my behind is rather large. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that by any stretch of imagination. Like I said, it's not that I have an issue with other people wearing shorts. I think shorts look absolutely fucking amazing on other people. It's just on me, they look off. It feels off. However, like I said, I've bought some shorts to potentially wear on the weekend. So we'll see how that goes. I can't imagine me not wearing them purely because of how hot it's expected to be. You know? Yeah, no. Don't dislike my legs either, just didn't particularly have any motivation to wear shorts. Yeah. Now I like to show off my tats and as often as possible because they make me happy. Great. Love that. Love that. Absolutely. Loki the Khajiit, welcome on in. How you doing? can never find shorts at the length that I like. They're either always short or always longer than you want. Yeah, fair. That's fair. Absolutely. Absolutely. Claire Lou, welcome on in. How you doing? I wear shirts all year round as it's easier for my prosthetic leg. That makes complete sense. That makes complete sense. Yeah, for sure. For sure. This is what I mean. Like, some people can just really pull off shorts. Every single time I wear shorts, I feel odd. And do you know what it might be? Now I think about it, it might not be the shorts themselves. It might be the fact that I really struggle with footwear to wear with shorts. That might be it. That might be it. I struggle with like deciding on footwear to wear with shorts. Because I like my ornate fancy pointy toe shoes and stuff. And you don't get that. You can't wear those with shorts. Looks really fucking weird. Or certainly does to my eye. Do you know what I mean? You got a shirt like that in the 1980s, 1990s? Yeah. Shite shirts. Love them. Love them. Love the entire dynamic. I also, like I said, I absolutely love the fact that you can wear that their returns policy is there is no returns policy because that takes the fun out of it. Do you know what I mean? Gonna have to remember that site. Foul fashion has to be for poultry. God damn it, Safbridge. God damn it. Good lord. What do you like? That's what I wanted. What do you like, you cheeky devil? Stash bursting on another level. Yeah. Masasia, how you doing? How's it going? First Google returns saying we are not affiliated with the original company. Yep. Well, as in when you're searching shite shirts, Funky D? That's interesting.
Panda to my ego. Panda to it. Panda to it.
The rooster falls into a fit of laughter, and can barely catch his breath. The cat climbs out of the puddle and scolds the rooster, saying that was not funny at all. The rooster composes himself and says sorry, but do you know what a wet pussy does to a cock?
I was very confused as to where the hell that was going, Stupedia. Good lord. Good lord. Loose. Thank you very much for 100 little panderings. Good lord. I was like, right, okay. The cat fell in the put, right, okay. Yeah, right. God damn it. God damn it. Right, before I go any further, can I say hello to the streakers in chat? Caro with a 10 stream streak. Wolf X UK with a 100 stream streak. Purple Bat with a 45 stream streak. Honda Dino with a 7 stream streak. Claire Lou with a 3 stream streak. Flux Kitten with a 5 stream streak. Quiet Kept. Again, I will say your name right one of these days. With the 7 stream streak. Thank you so much for all you beautiful people streaking through chat. But remember, if you are streaking, it's very, very sunny outside, okay? Make sure you're covered. Factor 50 all over, especially your gonads, okay? Nobody wants their flappy bits all burnt, okay? Nobody wants that. Right, Strawberry Sensation. Let me give you your whimsical fact about sex. Otherwise, I will forget. Ooh. That is interesting. Ooh, that's even more interesting. Let's do that one. What information are we getting from there? Ooh, okay. Whimsical fact about sex. Did you know that in ancient Greek society, intercrural sex, where a person with a penis places their penis between the thighs of another person instead of inserting it inside another person, was a common practice, especially in pederastic relationships? This form of non-penetrative sex was depicted in various artworks and literatures of the time. It's taken me to the Wikipedia page, which I can't show you because it is explicit. But intercrural sex, also known as coitus infemoris, thigh sex, thighing, a thigh job, or interfemoral sex, is a typical non-penetrative sex which the penis is placed between the receiving partner's thighs and friction generated via thrusting. It was common practice in ancient Greek society prior to the early centuries AD and was frequently discussed by writers and portrayed in artwork such as vases. It later became the subject to sodomy laws and became increasingly seen as contemptible. In the 17th century, intercrural sex was featured in several works of literature, and it took cultural prominence, being seen as a part of male-on-male sexual habits following the trial and execution of Mervyn Touchet, the second Earl of Castlehaven, in 1631. Well. Ooh, interesting. In modern times, intercrural sex is practiced in relationships of various orientations. In Paris, it was commonly performed as part of prostitution, and in South Africa was used to combat acquired immunodeficiency syndromes, aka AIDS. This practice was eventually phased out. Well. There you go. That was a whimsical fact that I genuinely didn't know anything about. Well, shit. Color me educated. There you go. There's your whimsical fact about sex. There you go. Frankie D highlighting your message. Looks like the original shite shirt vanished at the start of 2025 after a while of taking money and not delivering products, according to Trustpilot. Oh shit. Oh fucking hell. In which case, never mind. Buy it from wherever the fuck you want. My dad's definitely got one of the original shite shirts, but that was only like last year. Fucking hell. Well, shit. There you go. In which case, the new shite shirts, that will explain why they A, sell other types of shirt, and B, why they're saying we are not associated with the original site, as in, please don't sue us for lack of products delivered because it wasn't us. I got you. Thank you very much for the highlighted message. I appreciate that. They do that in Australia, Lux, do they? Well, as in, because the distance of the road is so long, they require you to have bends in it, yeah? Just purely so that people don't fall into that trance. How's it going, Nibberin? Hello, you beautiful individual. How you doing, you cheeky devil? Makes sense, to be honest, right? No idea on that, as I live where there are lots of mountains and hills there. Yeah, you see, you don't need to worry about it with that, because there's always twists and turns in that scenario, you know? I could understand it though, like having been on like the M1, for example, which is a motorway in the UK that goes from top to bottom, you can very clearly, even without the distance and the vast plains of nothingness like you get in America, you can sort of zone out in like when you're driving, because I definitely have done it many times in the past, where it's like, you know, when you set off driving, you're like, okay, that's cool, and then you get home and you're like, I don't remember that journey. I don't remember making that drive at all. It's like one of those scenarios, you know? The road edges here have bumpy bits to vibrate the vehicle and wake up the driver. Yes, we have them in the UK as well, for sure. Chippy Mick, welcome on in. How you doing? How's it going? Not sure if the official name for it, but it sure does startle you alert. Yes, for sure. I know, yeah, I don't know what they're called, but we definitely have them in the UK as well. It's like the white lines on the edge have got like bumps in them. So as you go over them, it goes, and you're like, oh, fucking hell. All right, I'm there. For me, it's not bad. Only an 8-hour drive. There's some motorways like the I-70 that run through multiple states, and the road being hilly and curvy helps a good bit. But I typically have either Twitch on or for sound, or I did yesterday music or audiobooks. That makes sense. That makes sense, Prowling Panther, for sure. It's interesting. I always find it fascinating the way that like different countries view different time differences. Like you turning around and being like, oh, that's not bad, an 8-hour drive. Like for me, an 8-hour drive is a really long time. The most I can do, the most I can drive without stopping is 4, maybe 4.5. Maybe 4.5. The idea of driving for 8 hours is mind-boggling to me. Do you know what I mean? You think they're called rumble strips, Ginger Lily? Also, welcome on in. Thank you very much for coming out of lurk and giving us that wonderful bit of tidbit of information. I appreciate it. I appreciate rumble strips. It makes sense. Literally does exactly what they said. They are strips that that cause a rumbling and wake you up. Dab and Cogsworth, how you doing, you beautiful bean? Good morning, Flux Kitten. Good morning, Quiet Kept. Hi, chat. Hope we're here. Just wanted to say hello. I'm lurking here while I get ready for work. No worries, no worries. You lurk away, you beautiful being. I appreciate you. 2 stag do's is insane, to be honest, but good for them. Well, do you know what, Eris? This is not the first time that I've seen people do like multiple bachelor parties or multiple bachelorette parties, aka stag do's and hen do's. It's becoming extremely popular with like younger generations, where it's like everyone wants to go and do an abroad stag do where they all go to a different country and they party hard and they have a wonderful, wonderful time somewhere else. However, there are so many people that can't afford it, especially in this day and age. As a result, they have like a bit of a stag do in the UK, and then they have a proper stag do for like a weekend away somewhere. I thought it was only for bougie scenarios, but it turns out that a lot of people do. It's a very, very common thing these days. You know, I mean, you can. Dress shorts exist. Dress shorts do exist. This is true. This is very, very true. How you doing, Stupedia? How's it going, you beautiful bean? Shorts go with Crocs, sandals, or flip-flops. If you're feeling fancy, you add socks too. I think you just made me sick in my mouth a little bit there, Nibbering. I'm pretty sure there was just a little bit of vomit in the back of my mouth there. I think pretty sure that's what happened. Pretty sure that's what happened, all right? Looks like the original show shirts. Yeah, that was the one. That was the highlight message. I low-key hate how much I laughed at the rooster. Yeah, Meta Dragoon, so you should. So you should. Embrace the laughter. Do not embrace the laughter. God damn it. Do not encourage Stupedia. Good lord. All right. You learn about this through a Roman author you follow. Well, shit. There you go, Loki. I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that one. I know a fair amount about ancient coital practices, but that one was new on me for sure. For sure. Driving through the outback in Australia was definitely an experience as someone from the Netherlands. Yes. Yeah, absolutely, Sembar. The Netherlands is a very different environment, for sure. For sure. Salty Sea King, welcome on in. How you doing? I'm very sleepy, going back to bed for a bit. Happy stream, everyone. No way, Salty Sea King. You take it easy, you beautiful bean. You take it easy, happy-go-lucky scamp you. One of the things I was taught to keep from zoning out is to read every single road sign that you see. Helps a bit. I have never tried that. I have never tried that, I have to say. I would imagine, especially if you are driving like 8 hours. The thing is about driving, having your brain switched on for that amount of time is wild. You know what I mean? Death's B coming in with the 5 stream streak in a row, and Vex's Folly with the 15 stream streak in a row. I haven't seen either of you say hello in chat, but you've announced your streaks, so I'm assuming you're okay for me to talk about it. If you want to stay and lurk, that's perfectly fine. But look at you, running around all nakedified. Have you seen the sunshine burning down with its UV radiation? Make sure you're covered in head to toe in sun lotion, you cheeky devil. Head to toe in sun lotion. You need to make sure you're covered up, all right? Where was I? Where was I? There we go. There we go. The heat always makes me so fucking tired. I was like I've been trying to work out for like 2 weeks why I keep yawning, and I'm like, do you know what? I think it's just the heat. I think it's just, I am really hot, and my body goes, you're hot, you should be sleeping. Why are you up at this hour? What a ridiculous concept. But I can't nap. So my body's in juxtaposition to itself. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? In the outback, they had quizzes on the signs. Oh, that's an interesting idea. to make you read them and then keep your brain active. For sure. That's an interesting concept, for sure. My husband had a 2-hour drive each way to and from work. Sometimes, if traffic was bad, it was 3 hours. Yes, I've definitely done that before, where I had like a 2-hour commute. Because there was a period of time where I needed to be in the office in Nottingham when I worked in the pharmaceutical company, and that was like a 2.5 hour commute when I did it. Just going down, coming back, picking stuff up, going back down, it was a lot of driving. It was a lot of driving, but I got paid for it, so I'm like, okay, fine, sure. Got paid for it, less work, all that jazz. All that jazz. Even Mirjam, how you doing, you beautiful individual? Welcome on in, you cheeky devil. I hope I pronounced your name right. Please let me know if I did. Please let me know if I did, but welcome on in. How you doing? You've done London, Glasgow in one, a bit of a killer. The longest I have driven in one day. So I live in the armpit of England. I live up in one of the cities in Yorkshire. And I drove from that city all the way down to Bristol, which is a 6-hour journey. 5.5 to 6 hour journey. And it was 5.5 hours there.
It's a raid. Flee.
Oh,
flee.
my lordy, lordy. I'll tell you all about that in a moment. But first of all, ladies and gentlemen and all gents outside between, delve deep into your bits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders. Throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people coming in here. I mean, really, could you even imagine? Oh, my lordy, the scandal, the preposterousness, the outrage. How very dare they? How very dare the cactus cult coming in here, getting all spiky with their pricks everywhere. Outrageous. Outrageous. How you doing, Smactus? Smactus was playing a variety... Well, I believe you were playing a variety of different games. I only managed to check one of the games out that you were playing today, which was where you were playing like a gravity wizard, and you were very excited about the size of a person's hammer. And then you were like, no, the gravity wizard, they fire so slowly. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. But and then you moved on to Brotato. All right, okay, I see. Of all of the games you played today, which was your favorite, Smactus? Friends, if you don't know Smactus is a phenomenal human being, very softly spoken, very calm, and yet equally chaotic. It's quite a juxtaposition of dynamics. Chaotic in a very zen kind of way. All right? It's like if the personification of chaos was very stoned and just like zenning out and feeling very, very chaotic, but just sort of like, yeah, we'll do it in our own time. That is the vibe that you'll get in Smactus' dynamic. I'm not saying that they smoke marijuana. I'm just saying that's the vibe you would get. It's very, very chill over there. They also have a variety of bow ties, a variety of music boxes, and of course, cacti. Because the cactus cult kind of makes sense with that. Do you know what I mean? They're wonderful. They're spectacular. I very, very much appreciate them and their entire vibe. They're very, very chill over there, and I love it. I love waking up and joining in. Do you know what I mean? Friends, if you're new here, 2 things you need to know about this channel. 1, you're not allowed to apologize. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. 2, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave.
Subscribed. Most kind.
Just been for my prostate exam.
Oh, wait.
Got the thumbs up.
Oh.
Hoot ho to approve.
I was just about to congratulate you, Magdus. I was just about to congratulate you. I was about to say I hope it went really, really well. But no. Good Lord. And number 2, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. Because I'm a colossal filth wizard and don't be corrupting the ears of the young. God damn it. Smactus, you cheeky little devil, coming in here for the 30 months. Good Lord. 30 months. You glutton for punishment, you. I will now inscribe your name upon the mirror of Vane as soon as I find out where the end of it is. Have I done that? Huh, okay. I'll start here then. I have your name upon the mirror of any means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. We've talked about this. But technically it's a metaphorical Snapchat because I don't even do Snapchat anymore, but still. Got sick of the pornography bots. You also get access to all the sexy little emotes, and you get a discount on the merchandise store, you cheeky little devil. Thank you so much as well for being a paid subscriber, taking that one step closer to the 60-40 split. But the most important thing, as well, you know, after 59 bloody months, You gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? But God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? You cheeky little devil, you. Thank you so much for bringing your beautiful people in here. If you need to disappear off, go grab a snaffly treat, go grab some kind of delightful beverage. Please go do so. Please look after yourself. Please do what you need to do, you cheeky little devil. And that goes for your wonderful raiders as well. As much as I love your attention, and you know I love your attention. Cheeky little devils. As much as I love your attention, I fully understand that you've just been streaming and you've just been watching a film, watching a stream. You might be exhausted. You might have things to do. As much as I love your attention, please look after yourselves. Please make sure that your life must come first. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? We were just talking about driving and other such shenanigans. The hours say 15-minute rest stop every 2 hours when driving distance. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that. I will do 4 hours and then I will have a bit of a break. And when I say a bit of a break, I'll probably go in, get a cup of tea and have a piss and then jump back on the road. Because as much as I understand why the guidelines are there, my intention is to get to my location as quickly as humanly fucking possible. All right. I love driving, but, you know, a night when rested, I've done a 10.5 hour in one go. My bladder got more exercise than my average sound singing voice did. Oh my God. Emphasis on night. The Starry Night makes it work. Yeah, the Starry Night was good. Starry Nights are good to drive in for sure. For sure. I enjoy a good driving in a Starry Night for sure. Welcome. Thank you very much, Nibberin. Oh, completely get it. My brain is just like, that's so many. We're lucky we do one. Huh? Oh, yeah. Stupedia. Is Stupedia an actual person? Stupedia is indeed an actual person. A wonderful person, if a bit of a dad joke based troll. Do you know what I mean? Strawberry Sensation using their channel points to highlight a message. An old woman. Oh no, I'm already regretting this. An old woman walked into a dentist's office, took off all of her clothes and spread her legs. The dentist said, I think you've got the wrong room. The woman says, you put in my husband's teeth last week. Now you have to remove them. God damn it. God damn it, Strawberry Sensation. Magtag, how you doing? How's it going? My remote library listening time. Gotta have both earbuds in because there's a loud kids class party thing going on in here and it's very loud. Aren't libraries supposed to be quiet? Libraries are supposed to be quiet. The issue that you've got, Magtag, is the fact that most libraries, I don't know where it's like where you are, but in the UK, most libraries aren't visited anymore. People do not visit libraries anymore, and in order to stay open, they need to stay relevant. And in order to stay relevant, it means they need to do other things like kids' educational sessions, kids' performances, lots of like communal things like group sessions and stuff like that are all done. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I've got friends who work in the libraries in the local area, and they are always talking about so many other things that they need to do in order to stay open. And keep getting funding, as it were. Takes practice, but when you're in a vehicle this big, you need to keep the brain firing on all cylinders. Yeah, I can imagine. The biggest I've driven is a box van. Oh yeah, I was talking about the longest I've driven. So I drove down from where I live to Bristol for a half-an-hour audition. So I drove from my hometown 5.5 hours down to go do the audition. And it was like 5.5 hours in one stint. Did the half-an-hour audition, then jumped back in the car and drove the 6 hours back home. And about hour 4 in the journey home was when the delirium was kicking in. And I was dangerous. I'm not even gonna try and deny the fact that was dangerous driving for me. I should have stopped. I should have just changed my atmosphere, you know, a little bit. But I was just like, I just want to go home. I just want to get home. And I was just like, woo. And I was like playing music and fucking dancing away and just like, yeah. And it's like, it was bad. It was really bad. Really, really bad. And that was kind of like the journey. I was like, right, I know that I can do this in a day, but I also know that I shouldn't do this in a day. And that's when I made the commitment that if I'm ever driving for longer than 4 hours, I will always take a break. Always take a break just to have a change, have a walk around, just change my scenery a little bit, you know, so that I don't have to deal with that again. How's it going, Kitsune, you beautiful individual? It's been a while. It has indeed. I hope you're doing well. So about long driving, science advised take a 15-minute break every 2 hours because taking a longer break after 6 hours, getting tired behind the wheel is dangerous as being drunk. You might not notice it, but your reaction time is fucked and accidents happen very easily. If you drive long distance, please take proper care of your brain during your trip. Thank you very much for giving this a science. Will I listen to it? That's another question entirely, but that is where... that I appreciate the science behind it. I appreciate the warning for sure. J-Rex, how you doing? How's it going? Eva, are you from Eva from before? We used to have an Eva in this community. You say you haven't been here in 5 years? Yeah, you probably are the same Eva then. You've been following you since 2019? When I first started streaming? And this is your first time you've said anything in chat? Or is this like a new profile potentially? Rotate was a fun game. Yeah. Smactus was going to play 5 games, so got distracted with them and he only got to 2. Fair. That's a good sign though. If Smactus was intending to play 5 games and only managed to play 2, it must have meant that those 2 were genuinely very entertaining and kept them distracted, you know. You're from Finland. Welcome on in. Puentes, how you doing? How's it going? Keep getting left behind on the raids lately. Twitch is doing that a lot recently. Twitch has been doing that a lot recently. I don't normally ever have my viewer numbers on, but somebody else had mentioned it. Another streamer had mentioned it to me. So a couple of streams last week, I turned my viewer numbers on just before I raided so that I could see what the difference was between the raids going over and the people that were in the stream. And it was quite significant, to say the least. You actually look rough because you're wearing your gardening clothes. I hope you're doing some wonderful gardening, Eva, for sure. Onion Pencil, welcome on in. How you doing? How's it going? Hell yeah. Strap in, fella. You're coming for dog walks. Sounds good. Indulge in the dog walking scenarios. People in my country, that Smack just doesn't live here, but friends, remember that if you're going to take your dogs for walks, make sure that it is much later in the evening or really fucking early in the morning when the temperatures are cooler and you're not going to injure your dog on the tarmac. In fact, it is advised by professionals that you don't take your pets for walks at all during this weather. But if they are a high energy dog that desperately need to have a walk, make sure you're doing it in a time that is appropriate. Little shoes for dogs only works for some dogs. It only works for some dogs. Because I think it's also dogs are prone to overheating because they can't sweat. They can pant, but they can't sweat. So just the advice is, if you're doing it, if you have to walk a dog, if you've got like a really energetic dog or what have you, then please make sure it's either really late at night when the sun is way down and put your hand on the tarmac to make sure it doesn't actively fucking burn your hand, the back of your hand. Or more preferably really early in the morning when it has had plenty of time for the tarmac to cool down overnight, and then take them at that time. My own mother asked me if I wanted another caramel ice frappe. I'm like, if I had another one, I'll be up all night otherwise. Cute decking, fully understandable. Federal rules here require a 30-minute break for every 8 hours of driving when in a commercial vehicle. Yes. Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing to have. Oh. The post has gone, friends. I'm expecting many packages over the next couple of days, which is hilarious because I won't be here in 2 days' time, but you know. Small personal victory. BB Kachu, welcome on in. How you doing? Small personal victory. I had to hire a lawyer for some legal advice and absolutely forgot to let them know that the case could be closed. They just sent me an email if the case could be closed, and instead of apologizing for forgetting, I thanked them for reminding me. Feels way better. Yes, BB Kachu, you're getting it. This is what it's all about. It's the reason why we ban apologies, because people apologize for existing, and that's not what it's about. Sticky, how you doing? How's it going? Good morning. How you doing? We had an electric car. Feeding it makes for good brakes. Good lord. Had to make a new account. Entirely fair. My longest run is about 9 hours before stopping for fuel and a snack. Furthest run total was 14 hours down New Orleans for my 10-year anniversary with my wife. I mean, that is a great reason to head back home. Do you know what I mean? That is a fantastic reason to head back home. For sure. Fancy seeing you here. Oh, you know each other. I love it. I love it when like people come from different walks of life and they come to my community and it turns out that they know other people in the chat. It's just cool. It's just cool. I love shit like that. Usually make a playlist specifically for a long drive so you can get hyped up and sing along. Also in the US, there are usually rest stops pretty frequently for breaks. There are in the UK in most places. Most motorways have one like every 10 to 20 minutes of driving.
Ooh, you little stalker.
Thank you so much for the follow, you beautiful bean. I don't like to call people out, but I will call you out. I wasn't going to call you out because in case you were lurking, but you've said hello. How did I unfollow you? Twitch doing Twitch things. It does that typically, Insane. It does that. I have definitely gone onto other people's profiles where I'm like, I haven't seen this person in ages. Why am I not following them? That's the reason why I haven't seen them in ages, because you've unfollowed me. You bastards. You bastards. Don't dogs only release heat via panting and the toe pads? Yes. They don't have sweat glands like we human beings or apes do. They do excrete oils and stuff. So if you've got like a dog that is particularly, or many dogs excrete like a type of oils. So if you've got a dog that is like overheating and stuff like that, you might find that they get very, very itchy because they're getting lots of like dander and shit like that. But overall, yeah, the only way they can keep cool is by drinking or panting. And if you have got a dog that's got particularly dense fur, then it's very important to do whatever you can to keep them cool. Even if it's like putting a fucking paddling pool in your back garden or the thingy and just letting them fucking lie in it, you know? Don't drink coffee, but caramelized frappe is the only time I have something that has coffee in. That's entirely fair. That is entirely fair. Friends, an advert is about to happen, and I need to hang out my washing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the options for today's games, and then we will do the vote while I go hang my washing out, as I have got thingies to... I've got bedclothes to get out. The first of the game options for today is ARB, the Anomalous Research Bureau Museum, which seems to be a very interesting sort of backrooms-esque style, backrooms slash, is it SCP style game. Second, we have Thanksgiving Day, which is last week we raided somebody who made this game. And then we found out all about it, so they gave us a free key. So I was like, oh, we could play that. Then we have The Long Dark. If we're feeling like we really want to embrace the mental place of being in a cold location, then this is the perfect game for that. We have already started it, and we did quite enjoy it. That was absolutely fantastic. Then we have Black Mirror, which seems to be like a point-and-click mystery, dark, gothic, Edgar Allan Poe, H.P. Lovecraft kind of thing. Or finally, continuing the Resident Evil Village Winter's Expansion, Shadows of Rose DLC. The choice is yours. So we've got Resident Evil Village DLC, Black Mirror, The Long Dark, Thanksgiving Day, or ARB, Anomalous Research Bureau, you cheeky devils. Those are the options that we have today. I will start the poll now. Give me 2 seconds. It's terrifying you play this game. It's on you. Don't blame me. Franklin, I'm afraid those are the games that we have as an option. We do have quite a lot of games available. I will, if you would like to recommend a game, we have... is that the one? There it is. We have a form right there. But welcome on in. Welcome on in, you beautiful bean. Yeah, I try and do 5 different games, but they're always games that I've planned in advance so that people can know what kind of games I'm looking at playing that thingy. But you are very, very welcome here all the same. Okay, friends. Get up, have a stretch your eyes, look some distance, then look back again, grab some kind of beverage, hot, cold, over the time is making flamboyant as fuck. Don't forget to take your meds if you haven't done it already. Take them now. If you're wearing a binder, have a couple of deep breaths, stretch those lungs out, stretch those rib cages out, and never wear a binder longer than is medically recommended, which is what we understand to be approximately 6 to 8 hours. Don't forget to check the sell-by dates on your condoms and lubricants. And if you have left stuff in the washing machine, like I have, it's a good time to get it all out and hung up so that it doesn't smell foisty. That's exactly what I'm going to go do now. I'll be back in approximately 3 minutes time, you cheeky little devils. Don't go anywhere, and the poll is here. There we go. The poll is there. The poll's at the top of the chat now. Pick whichever one you would like. Okay? Okay? Okay. Okay. All right. I'll see you in a minute. See you in a second, Cheeky Devils. All of the buttons. All of the buttons, you Cheeky Devils. Welcome back on in. How you doing? How's it going? Okay, the vote is in. You have done Black Mirror. Ooh, okay. All right, all right, all right. Black Mirror with 44%, ARB with 24%, Resident Evil Village with 18%, Thanksgiving Day with 9%, and then whatever the last one was with the last percent, because it's just appeared in front of my face. As they do. As they do. Which means I need to get Black Mirror up and running. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. But this is the reason why we do the votes. So that you wonderful individuals can surprise me. You can surprise me and tantalize me, you cheeky little devils. That does mean that Resident Evil Village, that we started last week, will not be on the vote next week. Because it'll be this... words. It will be Black Mirror, unless you finish Black Mirror today, but Black Mirror and ARB next week. All right, no worries, no worries. But this is the reason why we do the votes. We specifically do the votes so that we are constantly playing something that you wonderful individuals want to see, you know? You individuals want to see. Right, while that's all getting itself sorted, let me catch up with chat. What the fuck was I talking about? What was I talking about? Just remind me I need to get the laundry done. Thanks for reminding me of that one thing that I don't want to do. Typically insane. Absolutely. Anytime. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'll do whatever I can, you know. You know, yeah, I just needed to hang out all of my things, which is I literally walked out of my back door into my garden area and was like, fuck me. Instant perspiration. Trying to hang up clothes, well, not bed clothes, should I say, just pegging them all over there, being like, this is a good position because that gives more air to my pits, you know? You know? Getting ready to go home and pass out for a few hours. It was a long day. Sticky, I'm gutted to hear that. I'm gutted to hear that. However, I hope that you are able to find some solace in the dynamics of unconsciousness, you beautiful being. I hope it also maintains a nice cool area so you can just zen yourself out and enjoy yourself, you know? You've gotten to avoid Rose's DLC until now. I nominate that with my vote. I appreciate that, Meta Dragoon. Yeah, we started playing it last week. And I struggled with it. I really struggled with it. Like, it was... I definitely enjoyed it more later on in the DLC. The beginning of the DLC was laughable. I was literally laughing, which is a shame because I fucking loved... I really enjoyed Biohazard, and I fucking loved Village. I genuinely loved Village. I thought it was an excellent, excellent, excellent game. Shadows of the Rose? That I found to be... Like, we were just laughing for the beginning bit. We were just genuinely giggling because I was like, what the fuck is going on? What is this? Why are you asking me to do this stupid shit? Why can I not do that? What do you mean I can't do these things? What is it? It was a bit ridiculous. It was a bit ridiculous to say the least. Missing around for chat, absolutely. Thank you for a reminder. Let me take those now. Absolutely, Reb Gresh. This is the reason why we have them. This is the reason why we have them for sure. Conqueror Veritas, welcome on in. How you doing? Foisty. Yes, that smell where something's like slightly, you know the smell where it's like something is dried in a really like crunched, damp way. So some description of bacterias have started to grow in it while it's been drying. That foisty smell. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I fucking hate that smell, actually. So I will do absolutely everything I can to make sure that doesn't happen, including having my usual break time early so that I can run out and hang out the bedclothes so I don't have to wash them again. Because for me, and this is a me thing, this is not a judgment on anybody else and their own personal laundry dynamics. If any, like, clothing, bedclothes, anything, if anything has been left in the wash wet for like an hour, I have to rewash it. I have to rewash it. Otherwise, I can smell foist. Now, it might be completely psychosomatic. It might be completely psychosomatic, but I can smell it. So I'm like, it's been in the like washing machine for an hour. Like the washing machine finished, and then it's been sat there for an hour. Wash it again. Wash it again. Can't deal with it. You know. I was about to ask if this is what doctors see when they're doing a brain scan on Valen. Maybe, to be honest with you. Maybe. This is what I imagine the inside of a mushroom looks like. You're wrong. I wouldn't have had it on my stream if it was the inside of a mushroom, goddammit. A food mushroom gets you nice and high. What are the chances? No, only poisonous ones do that. In fact, they're all poisonous because they're all evil, okay? The music is amazing. The music is a royalty-free cyberpunk playlist. I will put the link in the chat for you. Wild Annie, how you doing? Can I get a shout out for Wild Annie, please? I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that. Make the 2D version of these sometimes. Yeah. Well, that's why the reason why I picked that specific screensaver for our Be Right Back screen for this week. I changed them week on week, but for this week, I chose that one because it reminded me of some of the old screensavers from when I was a kid in like the 90s and 2000s, you know. Black Mirror, yes. Yeah. People go check out Wild Annie. Wild Annie was playing High on Life and Detroit Become Human today. I was lurking for a little bit. It sounds like you were having a wild time with High on Life, I have to say. Made it back. Yes, Loki, welcome back on in. How you doing? How's it going? The club in the original Bloodlines was what made me think of Prowling Panther. Oh, also Tigger, how you doing? How's it going, beautiful bean? The Succubus Club. Interestingly enough, there is an old vampire. Do you know what? You've reminded me. Music from the Succubus Club. Oh no, it was called Asylum, wasn't it, in Bloodlines? Music from the Succubus Club CD. I want that. Fuck me. Music from the Succubus Club CD on eBay is going for £98.
Panda to Mago. Panda to it. Panda to it.
Historical fact. Today in 1497 Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese navigator, departs on his first voyage and becomes the first European to reach India by sea.
Well, there you go. That is very, very interesting. Thank you very much for that historical fact, Sebastian. I enjoy that one. Is the only place I can get it music from the Succubus Club CD. £165? Fuck off. I'm not paying £165 for a fucking CD. $216, you can chew a foreskin. £271 for the CD from fucking Amazon. Fuck off. Just never mind. I was all about being like, yes, music from the Succubus Club. Let's do it. This will be great. The worst. Reb Gresh, are you still here, you beautiful bean? We're talking about how horror and how sexy it is. It is very sexy. It's true. I mean, look at you behaving and not giving into temptation of nude streams. I know, right? I know. There is the nude streams, but then there's also the getting banned thing, you know what I mean? Pegging in the garden, I know what that means now, thanks to Val and Vane streams. Absolutely. You know it, for sure, Wild Annie, for sure. Jilly Bean, how you doing? Welcome on in. How's it going, you beautiful bean? Qualia as well, welcome on in. How you doing? Good morning to you. No, that means fair is the start of Tad Cringe, but let me get sucked to you in. Absolutely. Must admit, now that you're not playing it again, at least for now, I found it a bit of a wet blanket. Zemka, how you doing? Yeah, Shadows of Rose definitely didn't have the oomph that I wanted from, like, I feel like I've been having played Shadows of Rose, which is a third-person game, which is a different dynamic and what have you. I feel like I've been spoiled with Resident Evil Biohazard and Resident Evil Village. Having played those two first, where they're first-person games, I have a horrible fear now that I'm going to go back, play Resident Evil 1 through 6, and have a miserable time. Because I feel like Biohazard was a pretty good, was a reasonable horror game. a reasonably good game all round. And Resident Evil Village was just really fucking good. And now I'm like, okay. All right. Choices are there. Do you know what I mean? Reb Gresh, come here, cheeky devil. What do you like claiming cheeky kisses? Right, let me change my thingy. My title. How's it going, Sway, you cheeky devil? How you doing, you wonderful individual? How are the dildo mines? Into the most goth of mirrors. Because we are playing Black Mirror. Oh, apparently there's Black Mirror 2 there as well. I didn't even realize there was a second game, but there we go. Getting used to doing laundry and hanging it out since I moved to Ireland. In the US, everyone has a dryer. Yeah, no. Dryers are all right, but they're so fucking expensive. Like, in America, it's like, yeah, fair enough. Like, I can understand people don't have the space to do it. They don't have gardens necessarily. They might be in high-rise buildings. I can understand dynamics of why dryers are important and stuff. But when you actually realize how expensive a dryer is, it's like, wow, like you can save a lot of money by not using a dryer and hanging shit out, you know? I killed everyone in Detroit and we got a rare ending. Oh, right, okay. I have not played Detroit, but I did buy it because it was like £3.39. So I was like, fucking hell, right, okay. Good, thanks, darling. How are you beside the heat? Doing all right, doing okay. Other than the heat, yeah, doing all right, okay. Zabadi, and thank you very much for those 100 little panderings again. I appreciate you. Asylum with the wonderful twins, yes. I fucking love Bloodlines 1. I have yet to play Bloodlines 2. Which makes me more and more apprehensive. No worries, Senpai. You look away, you beautiful individual. I appreciate you. That foisty smell like dirty, damp dishcloths, especially if it's a bit oily smelling. How's going, Druid Esmidian? Too many able-bodied locals smell like that. Oil diffuser jewelry with Albus oil in it keeps me sane without while out in public. Yeah. I think there's a lot of people that don't know how to do laundry properly, unfortunately. And as a result, they're just like, oh yeah, I can leave something in the washing machine for a couple of days and then I'll dry it and it'll be fine. Because if it stays wet, then it's all clean stuff. And it's like, no. CDs are so cheap. Also, CDs, £200, please. Exactly, Jam. Like, what the actual fuck? That chewing sounds very painful. Chewing? I think I've missed the context there, unfortunately, Zabadian. Just isolated from chiasm on repeat, yeah. So yeah, before Bloodlines existed, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, there was a CD called Music from the Succubus Club, and they had a different track representing each of the different clans in the V20 Vampire the Masquerade system. And it was great. I really enjoyed that CD, but you know what I mean. I ache. Dildo ore is heavy and the heat is making everything hurt. That would do it for sure. Resident Evil 4 is the most popular to my knowledge. Apparently so. But I have a fear that now I've played 7 and 8 and really enjoyed 7 and 8 and that whole first-person immersive dynamic that I'm really not going to get on with it. 2, 3, 4 is great if you liked Village. You will like 2, 3, and 4. Requiem is okay. 5 and 6 have dated badly. And 1 is completely different, really. All in my honest opinion, of course. Yeah, absolutely, Wild Danny. I appreciate the heads up on that. I think if I'm going to go do it, I'll go back and play 1, and we'll just meander our way through it and see how we get on. Tigger, come here, you cheeky devil. What do you like claiming cheeky kisses, you cheeky individual, you? I'm scared to play Bloodlines 2 if it's not amazing after all these decades and full sequels. I'm a cry. I've been told it is amazing. I've been told it is fantastic. I had great apprehension because I followed the drama. With how it all went down and what happened and what have you. So I was very much expecting everything to go horribly fucking wrong with that. But apparently it is very, very good. But then I also know that it was the Chinese Room, which are a game development company, that created it. And Chinese Room have made some really, really good games. They've made some very, very, very good games. Like, yeah. Yeah. So I am apprehensive, but also I'm open-minded to it, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. Right, let me move this over here. Change that to Black Mirror. Close that. And then we can have a look at this. Let's jump into the game, shall we? Let's jump into the game. If you used to play Bloodlines 2 price point after negative reviews about the lack of clans and player creation freedom, but they went back on that, Tigger. They went back on that. I mean, I agree with you entirely. But that wasn't the Chinese Room. That wasn't the developers. That was Paradox as a company being greedy, money-grabbing bastards. For those people that don't know, they originally wrote in like 5 clans that you could be, 5 different like character styles that you could be. And then they decided to cut 2 of them out and make them payable DLC. And they were like, no, you can't be Toreador and La Sombra, if I remember correctly. And it's like, you can't be those 2 unless you pay for the extra DLC. And they had that much of a kickback from the community where everyone fucking kicked off being like, what the actual fuck are you talking about? Are you fucking taking the piss? What the fuck is wrong with you? That they were like, oh, okay, no, it's all right, it's okay, we'll give you the full 5 clans, it's all right, it's okay, just, yeah, okay, that's bad. So, yeah, they were very much, there was a lot of kickback off of that. No worries, you take it easy, Prowling Panther. Raven, welcome on in, how you doing? Love Chinese Room, everyone's gone to the Rapture, is my favorite game. I don't think I've played that one. But, yeah, it was interesting, the whole dynamic. Unfortunately, there was a hell of a lot of just fucking Paradox being greedy fucks. And that is, unfortunately, nothing that has changed. Let's take it down to medium. We can keep reflections. Yeah, we'll keep all that shit on. That's all fine and dandy. We'll just see how we get on. This is good. Keeping music at this level, master of volume at this level, and then speech at this level. This is all good. We like all of this. But I might pull the master volume up a little bit and see how we get on. Generally speaking, I always go into the settings to see what accessibility things we've got on. Subtitles on. Vibration we can turn on or off. Although saying that, I'm not using a pad, so that is superfluous. Save and back. Saving. Cool. Right then. But yeah, so what they ended up doing instead, Tigger, is they had the original DLC that I have a passionate hatred of people of any gaming company, whether they be indie or AAA or what have you, releasing DLC the same day as they release a main game. I'm like, if you are releasing DLC on exactly the same day that you are releasing the game, that means it should have been part of the game and you decided to cut it out because you're money grabbing bastards. That's the only answer to that. There is no other excuse. Not a single other thing that you can that makes any sense. If you release DLC on exactly the same day that the main game is released, then you are money grabbing bastards. End of fucking story. Doesn't matter. There is no other excuse for it. So they changed it from the extra 2 clans in that deal. They still released the main game and then 2 DLCs, whatever the original DLC was, and then instead of the clans DLC, they released extra missions. DLC is downloadable content, Scar, which means like if you've got the main game itself, like say this is the main game. Once this is the main game in and of itself, you can play this game without any other issues at all. But if you want to download new outfits for your character, or you want to download a soundtrack, or you want to download like new missions or something like that, it's all considered to like downloadable content, which is like extra content on top of the main game itself. Yeah, that kind of thing. Anyway, let's jump into a new game and see what we get. See where we get. Oh, fuck no. I've got a gas lantern. Oh. Oh, right, okay. We're already here. That's an invisible wall, even though there's a path there. I can't get up there. Right, okay. Evidently, we are in a chase scene. I'm just gonna keep going forward. Run, Valen, run, Valen, run, run, run. I don't want to go in there. I don't want to go in there because you want me to go in there. Okay. How's it going, the other geek? How you doing, you beautiful being? Welcome on in. Right. I'm literally just pressing the forward key. The W key.
You cannot hide. Not from me. Not the boy.
Huh. Okay. Interact. How's it going, Minya? How you doing?
I failed you, son. Forgive me. Forgive me. I will let you down no longer. Forgive me. Forgive me.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Okay, so I hid what looked like a Hindu-style doll. I just pressed W. I'm running. I've got a little bit of a limp going on. Okay, we're going up some stairs, apparently. I just pressed W, as in go forward, and it just guides me as it wants. Hello. Can we go and say hello to you? No, apparently not. Hello. Oh, we need to indulge in this scenario. This has nothing in the original trilogy. I thought this was the first one. Okay. Touch the ghost. Touch it in the ghoulies. My love. My sweet love. Oh, it's a race now. What is going on? Okay. All right. Right. We're running. We're running. Poor man has limp. What do you do to him? Really vigorous foot job. Okay, into the stone circle.
You betrayed your family.
Uh-huh. Ectoplasm everywhere. Black Mirror has a game. Doesn't look as high-tech as I would have thought. Yeah, it's nothing to do with the TV series, I believe. I mean, I've not seen the TV series, so I've got no idea. We touched the ghoulie. Love touching a good ghoulie. Okay, I've sliced my hand using a bit of flint. Uh-huh.
You're too late! You will not get him! It'll work. It must.
It must work. Nom 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 nom.
Be safe, my son.
There was a lot less screaming there for somebody that was on fire, but okay, we can work with that. We can work with that. Ha! Spiritual prequel, standalone, and somewhat remake. Didn't really do a good job. We recommended 3 older games. The story is really good. Okay.
It was with great joy
we're playing this
that I
one,
received
so.
your last letter. Know that you are missed terribly here in India. If my calculations are correct and the International Postal Service is kind, this letter will keep you company as you make the final leg of your journey to Scotland. I hesitate to say anything for fear you'll think me foolish, even hysterical. Your father made it his life's work to research his family's twisted history. This and his obsession with the occult combined to unravel his poor mind. John loved his family and his family home, but he hated and mistrusted them in equal measure. So, beware of the Gordons. Blood is not always thicker than water. Your loving mother.
Blood is not thicker than water. I mean, the full quote, as we all know here, is the blood of the covenant is thicker than the waters of the womb. Which is to say that the family that you choose is going to be stronger than the family that you are born to, you know? Feel like I'm watching my fever dreams take flight. It's definitely an interesting dynamic. To say the least. So far, so good. We'll see how it goes, though. I'm intrigued by it. So, family of snakes, beware key. My boy! Find the answers, library. And then we've got a couple of 69ing 7s. Plus a wall with an erection equals 4. And then 9 equals 2 erections docking. Plus a couple of 69ing 7s. Interesting, okay. We'll crack on and see how we go on. For sure. How's it going, One True Cripple? How you doing?
This countryside can be more different to India.
The countryside couldn't indeed be more different to India. Let's examine this and see how we get on. What is this? A small tower that looks like it is part of... Like it slots into something like a key, maybe? Okay, interesting, interesting. What's our diary? Oh, we can't access the diary yet. I see.
We have arrived, sir.
Rude. Didn't get to look at the last thing. Mouse VR, how you doing? THQ Nordic presents. How do Mel? How's it going? Yeah, doing alright. We just started this game. Loving your family but not trusting them and hating them at the same time. I'm very, very lucky, Prowling Panther, in the regards that my family are fucking excellent people. I'm one of those very few lucky people who genuinely has a family. My chosen family is also my blood relatives, you know? And I do not take that for granted. Okay.
Welcome, Mr. Gordon. I'm Andrew Harrison.
Hello, Andrew
Mr.
Harrison.
It's good to finally meet you. From our correspondence,
Rude,
I
butler.
expected you to be older.
Thank you. I'll lead the way. It's quite dark already. We can continue to talk inside.
I'm getting Crimson Peak. I can see ghosts. Ghosty, ghosty, ghosties.
He's arrived, my lady.
David,
All right.
welcome to Skahandu House.
Hello.
Lady Margaret, how kind of you to welcome me in person at such a late hour.
Bloody Stick in the Water goes back to the 1100s. Water of the Womb is a new invention, but a lovely sentiment. Really?
Oh, you followed me. Ooh, you little stalker.
I thought there was one of those... I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was the dynamic of so many literary dynamics where they're cut down. Like What was the one that I used the other day? Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Where it's like imitation is the greatest form of flattery, where mediocrity, something like that. I can't remember the full one, but yeah, I thought it was one of those dynamics where actually it was the blood is thicker than water, but the blood of the covenant is thicker than water of the room, and they just cut it down to blood is thicker than water to serve their own purposes, as people have a tendency to do. Let's ask about the place.
An impressive building. Skahandu, though. Unusual. What is its meaning?
Unusual only if you have not bothered to study Gaelic.
Rude.
It means Black Mirror House. Many generations of the Gordon family have been master of this house. It is a great responsibility. Perhaps the greatest a man could bear.
Is this in its original language? Because they're meant to be speaking with a thick Scottish accent, right? However, the lip movements are not matching, to say the least. I see dead people. I think they probably are in that dynamic for sure. You know what the original statement is? All good. Got back to hang out with you guys, and Pup is under my desk at my feet, and the soppy madam that she is. Oh, bless. Lucky indeed. Got two people of blood relations I still actually talk to. My chosen family are absolute gems, though. That's what really matters. That's what really matters for sure. Extra reminder takes about histamines for sure, for sure. Apparently, the blood of the covenant is thicker than water of the rooms is actually only from the 90s. Well, shit. There you go. There you go. Today we learned.
If I may, I would like to know more about my father's last days.
It is too late in the day for such morbid talk. You do look so very much like John, though. Angus, please show Master David to his room.
Yes, ma'am.
I trust you had a pleasant journey. This place is rather remote, even for Scotland.
It was most pleasing, thank you. I was fortunate enough to stop off in several fascinating places on my way here. How long have you been practicing law?
I came to the bar a few years ago. I'm at chambers in Edinburgh with lawyers who have served the Gordon family for generations. I'm embarrassed to ask, but it is my job. Have you proof of who you say you are? You are David Gordon, son of the late John Gordon.
Please,
Apparently
sir.
so.
Quite understand. Here you are.
Hand over my documentation. It's German. Aus höre ich sagen, das Sipperblut von Vasir mir nicht, nicht, Verderbet. Also here is the what. Also, I also hear that the waters of baptism does not spoil kin blood. Oh, as in you should be more faithful to your family than you are the church. Interesting. Interesting. Here are my documentations. Oh, I've dropped them. You get off my model.
What a curious object.
Give it back. I will stab thee. I don't trust anybody.
No, it's nothing. Just a trinket from India that I carry for luck.
I see. I trust it brings you all the luck you deserve. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some work waiting for me in the library. I could not in good conscience sleep with it unfinished. I'll be staying in the house for a few days, so no doubt we'll bump into each other again. Don't worry, Mr. Gordon. You're in good hands here.
Yeah, I'll be the one to decide that. Thank you, sausage.
Please follow me, Master David.
I've got a feeling I'm not going to have any opportunities to do anything else, but sure. Oh, I'm very speedy, aren't I? Speedy Gonzalez. I have a power walk. Oh, you were waiting for me to do something else. I see. Ah, there he is, dear Papa, in his
Your
hunting garb.
grandfather,
No,
His Lordship
Grandpapa.
Edward Gordon.
Grandpapa.
Grandfather Edward. Father never spoke of you, but Mother never had a kind word to say. You were the worst of the lot, she said.
That explains a lot.
There is no denying it. We are family.
You're a curious object? Yeah, I am. You know it.
Somebody still cares. Maybe you weren't as bad as Mother believed.
Well, I'm guessing that was my grandmother downstairs, and she still cares. Even if she is a frustratingly...
This way, sir.
I don't care about your this way. I'm
These
looking.
are all family members?
Yes, sir. The Gordons are one of the oldest families in Scotland.
I'm glad to hear it. The Gordons are one of the oldest families in Scotland. Where am I going? Alright, okay. Can't bloody see a thing.
Pieces of some kind of drawing. How odd.
How very odd
If
indeed.
you would be so kind as to follow me, sir.
I would if I could see what the fuck I was doing. Let's have a look at the settings, shall we? Music, master speech, gamma. Let's bring it up a wee bit. Okay. Does that help me at all? No, it really doesn't, but sure. Okay. Aha. What is going on here?
I suppose it's hard to keep things dry, what with all the rain you get here.
Most amusing, Master David. We do our best, sir. None of us are as young as we used to be.
Was that the reason why you shouldered the lawyer out of the way?
Your room is this way.
Alright, well, before I do that, I'm gonna have a go look at this thing over here, because I don't like you as a human being. As an actual creature, I don't actually like you.
Magnificent.
That is the Master's study, sir, but there'll be plenty of time to examine it in the light tomorrow.
I suppose it is pretty dark, to be fair. I could never figure out if they just failed at lip flaps for the English voiceover, or if they just didn't bother to animate proper lip movements at all. THQ Nordic is usually
I've annoyed the old fellow enough.
quite a
First impressions count.
decent publishing company, so I would imagine that they couldn't. Maybe they ran out of time, more likely. Crimson Peak. My God! A clock that appeared out of nowhere.
It does that sometimes, sir.
Where did it come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from? Clock-eyed Joe? I am Laird Valen after all, it's true.
Lady
It's
Gordon
true.
expects you for breakfast at 8, sir.
Thank you. Lady Gordon called you Angus? Pleased to meet you, Angus.
Yes, sir. She did. I am Mr. McKinnon.
Mr. McKinnon. Yes.
I'd advise you not to leave the room tonight. Ticking clocks are not the worst thing you may encounter in the house at night, if you don't know your way around. Sleep well, sir.
He's an arsehole, isn't he?
Maybe he's more of a morning person.
Maybe he's more of a douche canoe all round. Generally speaking, you know. Speedy walk from your mother. I think, to be fair, there's a good chance that the limp that my father had in the intro was one of those he has been injured by ghosts unknown
Everything
scenario.
I ever owned could fit in there 5 times over.
What's in here?
I can barely see my hand in front of me.
And I opened the door. Darkness there. And nothing more.
I doubt this place could ever be properly warm.
What is this?
I got somewhat turned around following Angus through the house. Sorry, Mr. McKinnon. but I think my room is probably around here somewhere.
Clock-eyed Joe, that was perfect. There was nothing else I could say. Why they always gotta say sleep well after telling you there are scary things in the house? What the fuck? That's a good question. By the way, there are goblins outside that are prepared to eat the flesh off your feet. Sleep well. You're like, okay, thanks. There's a Latin manuscript from Iceland in the 800s where the monk was discussing a writing system and saying that they might adopt the same one as the English, as our languages are mutually intelligible. Started at a wall. I said at a wall for a while, then I heard the language change so much. Interesting. To be fair, the voice acting is kind of a mix between unironically weird and just flat out off. I love when I sleep well. Minya, I very much appreciate the fact that you have opinions on this, but just try and remember that this is my first time playing this. And as much as I am all for like, this is a bit criticism, haha, what the fuck is actually going on here and stuff like that, I don't want to be like accidentally influenced or spoiled if other people are not liking it. Do you know what I mean? If it's not something you enjoy, then that's fair enough. That's not a problem. But I don't want to be like accidentally influenced, as it were, by you just being like, yep, this is wrong. Everything's wrong. Why is this happening? Like this is so thing, you know, if that makes sense. Yeah, thank you very much, Nibrun. But I know that wasn't what you were intending, but I just want to sort of lead it in there, just being like, this is my first time playing through it. This is my first impression and expectation. Let's just ride the wave together and see how it goes, you know? What have we got in here? Appreciate that, Minya. Appreciate that.
This looks like... Wait a moment.
Wait a moment.
This is a piece of a model.
My God. My model. Sogadani, how you doing? Was it Professor Plum? No. It was the maid with the massive dildo in the library. Okay, so this is now my room. Let's have a look at what this is.
Glad I don't have to carry you around anymore. Mr. McKinnon lifted you up with ease.
Mr. McKinnon must be a troll.
I should get a new passport. This one's filling up.
I should get a new passport because mine is still maroon. It's while Danish and English are a lot uncommon these days, but when I hear Old English, there are even more similarities. The Icelandic and Farsi are the closest things to Old Norse that we have. Interesting. Anything is a dildo if you're brave enough, Valen. Give that puzzle piece a whirl. I might do.
This handsome, cheery, sober man. He's not the one I remember from my childhood. Not many matches left.
Well, I thought it was a lighter, but never mind. Okay. Before we read the telegram, let's see what else there was in the room.
I'm going to need a light to find my way about out there.
Can I not take a brandishing torch from the fireplace? Oh, hello. Fucking... Oh, right. Oh, Jesus Christ. 1. Open. Make sure it has a flared base? Certainly. Certainly.
More pieces of the same drawing. Maybe I can make out what it shows if I had enough of them.
Maybe.
The candle is nearly gone, but it should do for a while once lit.
Okay. Let's not do that at the moment. We'll go back and read the telegram and investigate everything else first. Have a look at my desk.
In an old house like this one, sooner or later no drawer stays empty.
That makes sense. But I didn't find anything in there. Okay. Okay. Foreskin, how you doing? How's it going? Ooh, what was that? Oh, that was the leave again. Okay.
Without some obscure local law that required me being here in person, I would probably never have come. A pigeon amongst the cats.
Sorry to inform you of death of John Gordon. Stop. Please return to Skahandu House. Stop. Andrew Harrison, lawyer. Stop.
Ah, yes. The telegram. Right, let's go and light the candle and go adventuring in the spooky house that we shouldn't be adventuring in. If anyone asks, we really needed to piss.
Ah, just what I need.
Speaking of flared bases.
I will put your high praise of Scottish water to the test, Father. Later.
Oh, so that is an ensuite. Okay. Ooh. Anything else in here that we haven't seen? I don't know whether there's like it's timed because it said it wasn't going to do it for very long. Can I light all of these candles? No? All right. All right. Let's go for a wander in the dark. Depending on the lubrication. Is it okay if it also has a flared top? It might be a bit harder to get it in, but theoretically speaking.
We meet again, old foe.
Yeah, old foe. I have become Captain Hook, and I have a passionate hatred of all clocks. From this point onwards. Oh, Jesus Christ. The controls are a bit janky. It is true. Ah, yes, the morning room.
A dumbwaiter. Big enough to fit your own weight and food into.
Spike Cherry, how you doing? Yeah, no. Loving history because you go back far enough, there are things that are genuinely completely strange and mindfuckery. Yeah. I really like the lighting that they've got in here. Ooh.
No, this isn't right. There should be a room here.
Do nothing and keep listening.
No, this isn't what I need either. Where is it?
Hello.
Eavesdropping, Mr. Gordon? That's hardly proper.
Well, everyone here has not treated me in a proper way either. So, fuck you all, as far as I'm concerned. How you doing, Spike Cherry? How you doing?
Ancient history. Where's the rest of them?
Greetings. Stop. Sweaty. Stop. Need coffee. Stop. How you doing, Kayla? How's it going? I'm not eavesdropping. I dropped no eaves.
The Castle of Otranto by Horace Walpole. I started reading this, though never got round to finishing it.
The gentle maid whose hapless tale these melancholy pages speak. Say, gracious lady, shall she fail to draw the tear adown from thy cheek?
Huh. Interesting. Whose voice was that? Thank you very much for all you beautiful people that are lurking. I appreciate you. The library.
Despair by a man called Howard Phillips Lovecraft.
Ghastly shades of bygone
H.P. Lovecraft.
gladness, clawing fiends of future sadness, mingle in a cloud of madness, ever on the soul to lie. Thus the living, lone and sobbing, in the throes of anguish throbbing, with the loathsome furies robbing night and noon of peace and rest. But beyond the groans and grating of abhorrent life is waiting sweet oblivion, culminating all the years of fruitless quest.
The words of a troubled soul.
They certainly were. If H.P. Lovecraft was nothing if not troubled. This is Black Mirror, which is a sort of spooky mystery game so far. All we really know is that our dad got murdered or died accidentally through the medium of combustible oil lanterns and has Like, we are the son and therefore the heir. So we've made our way to our new home, which is all just, it's all just a little bit mysterious at the moment. It's all just a little bit mysterious at the moment, for sure. Tommy, you guys don't have biscuits and gravy, is it true? If so, are you okay? We don't have biscuits and gravy, but like, we have biscuits, but what we consider biscuits, you consider cookies. And honestly, I can honestly say that I have never had it, so I don't know what I'm missing out on in regards to biscuits and gravies. You know, the law assumes, that people will act lawfully without assumption. What is law? This is true. This is very, very true for sure. Error, no coffee found. I know. Hope you're having a great adventure. It's an interesting one so far. There's definitely some criticism so far. Like, it's a bit, the game. Not the gameplay. The controls are a little bit janky, and the graphics are breaking the immersion a little bit. But the story seems interesting.
Is this what Father meant by a family of snakes?
For sure.
Wouldn't it be more comfortable working here?
That's Lady Gordon's private desk. It would be improper for me to use it.
Her private desk, you say?
Wouldn't it be more comfortable working here?
That's Lady Gordon's private desk.
Okay.
It would be improper for me to use it.
Okay, fine. Hurry up. So you can get the same thing over again, if that's fair enough. So much throbbing and groaning. Look, sometimes tentacles be like that, for sure. For sure. It reminds me a bit of Eternal Darkness for GameCube. Very much so. Yeah.
By Edgar Allan Poe.
Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow. You are not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet, if hope has flown away, in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream.
A dream within a dream.
A dream within a dream. He was very accepting for someone that was accidentally set on fire. I thought he was self-sacrificed. Yeah, I don't think that was meant to be as accepting. I just don't think they had the animation budget. Oh, that looked like a person then. That was quite exciting. I don't think they necessarily had the animation budget to be able to do it properly. Because, yeah, I thought that he was trying to do something else. He sliced his hand open. He drew a rune with his blood, and that's a good point. Why the fuck? Why the fuck would you slice open the inside of your hand? I've always thought this. If you need blood, okay, why not cut a different part of your thing? Like this is problematic. You can fuck up your entire ability to hold anything if you cut the inside of your hand. Cut the outside of your hand. Cut the bottom of your hand. Slice here. It's like, psst, there we go. Do you know what I mean? Because it's severing the lifeline. Or as in, like, getting a bit more occult witchcraft stuff in there. Yeah, but they do it in every movie. They're just like, and it's just like, why? You are going to cause so much fucking damage. Do it at the bottom of the hand. Far more believable. Just a little bit of blood. Blip, 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 blip. Wrap it up. No issues, all right? Slash the elbow. Done. Bloody hell, like a fingertip. A fingertip would be better than that. Squeeze it out. Blib, 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 blib. Like they do in the STI tests. Good lord. Easier to palm the blood capsules. That's exactly what it is, Frankie D. That is exactly what it is. Easily about the special effects dynamic, for sure. Still, though. Interesting that you're all doing this via green light. Put a picture of B&G from yesterday in the Pix channel. Maybe should open an American breakfast restaurant overseas. Do it. Oh, biscuits and gravy. Why not? Why not? Hello, buddy.
That looks daunting.
Daunting, but rewarding and fascinating.
Fascinating?
Yes, indeed. The history of the Gordon family goes back a long way.
So it's true we are one of the oldest families in Scotland.
Oh, much more than that. The Gordons have owned this land back into antiquity. Before...
I can pause during this because that's good. Because there are adverts running. And I don't want people missing out on stuff if they're genuinely interested in the storyline. Movie game biology, yeah. It feels like I've thought this since I was a teenager. All right, it looks cool. Yeah, take my blood. Yeah, that's great. But actually, when you think about it, like there are loads of very sensitive tendons here. You're like, oh, suddenly I can't use my hand anymore. Suddenly I can't use my hand anymore. Oh, I am fucked. I am fucked. Mixing the spiritual with the physical, maybe, for sure. But I think it's definitely what Frankie said. Easier could palm the blood capsules for movies and shit. It's a pet peeve of mine too. I would just boop the fatty part of a forearm or leg instead for a ritual. Yeah, it would make sense. If you just needed the blood, I mean, if it is what Sway was saying, and it's like actually part of like the point of sacrificing yourself to weaken yourself in order to give something to the ritual, that's one thing. But if it's just that you need blood, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Not the elbow, the brachial artery is there. But like right on the end, on the nubbin, you know, I would probably do it like the outside of the wrist. The outside of the wrist feels like the bony part, where it's like on the inside, obviously there's reasons for that, but
you subscribe.
The outside,
most kind.
blub, 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 you know. Talking to dentists is fun. Always forgot the terminology for lancet, so I mimic the stabbing and call it the stabby thing. The dentist would tell me the patients respond poorly to hearing stabby thing. That kind of makes sense. I would, yeah, if I went into the dentist and they were like, could you hand me the stabby thing? That would make more sense to me, for sure. For sure.
Kind.
Other Greek, you beautiful being. Thank you very much for giving us sub to Sorgatani and to Robinson Crusoe there. That is extremely powerful, extremely kind of you, is what I was looking for, the word I was looking for. Robinson Crusoe and Sorgatani. I should now describe your name on the mirror vein. And Sorgatani. By having your names on the mirror vein means you get access to our personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat! Cheeky devils. And of course you get access to all the sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you'll roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But god damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow, you know? You cheeky devils. Anyway, stabby things, yeah. No stabby things when talking in dentist shenanigans. I was saying shenanigans and scenarios at the same time there. And we went for scenarios. The Sword of Scenarios. Isn't it the Sword of Scenarios? No! The Sword of Scenarios. Did that actually turn off? That's good. Sorry, I've been charging things for my Gallivant away. Itchy fucking nose today. No, that's okay, but ouch. I know, right? I think the elbow nubbin would hurt. Like when you get a paper cut on a knuckle. I don't think I've ever had a paper cut on a knuckle. I've definitely got lots of tiny little scars from all over my hand from just like slipping with knives and stuff like that. Like a fucking idiot, but do you know what I mean? The point of the elbow is absolute bitch to heal. Keeps opening. Oh, that's a really good point. It does, like, because you are constantly moving it. You don't want it on a joint. All the more reason not to cut it here, because it would be a pain in the ass to fucking heal. If you're going to do it, if the ritual requires blood, and you can get blood from fucking anywhere, pick a point that isn't going to be moving. Maybe the love handles. But even then, you're kind of moving it all the time. Like this bit, the back of the wrist feels like a good place to do it. Because you're not constantly moving it. You can wrap it up easily enough and it's not going to interfere with anything. Providing, as Sway said, it's not, put my name in one of them little swears. No, because that's a pain in the ass to clean off when I need to wipe it all down. Robinson Crusoe. But yeah, if you're If you just need the blood, and it's not like Sway was saying, where it's like a dynamic of, okay, we need to show sacrifice. I need to limit myself. I need to give away and give some weakness. I need to provide myself with some weakness in order to show my dedication to the ritual, and you just require blood. This is the stupidest fucking place that you can have it. Looks cool. Looks cool. Can't deny the fact that it looks cool. But you know what I mean? End of the finger. Blip, 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 blip. That's great. If you need more than that, back of the wrist. Wrap it all up. You're fucking sweet. Do you know what I mean? I have tattoos on my elbow pit. They were ouch. I have also got tattoos on my elbow pit. They were indeed ouch. They were indeed ouch. For sure. Never cut yourself shaving your legs. Cut the calf. It'll bleed easy and cut quick. That is true. Yeah, yeah. Just a little slice on the calf. Grand and dandy. You know what I mean? Realistically speaking, if you need a significant amount of blood for the ritual, a little nick on the inside of your nose, that pisses blood. That fucking pisses blood. Just blah. Do you know what I mean? It also heals relatively quickly. What more do you need? Basically, what we're discussing here is the fact that rituals, people who conduct rituals, have no real concept of the efficiency. They got no idea about efficiency. They got no fucking clue. You know what I mean? The forehead pisses blood and heals quick. I don't know. I think my forehead is pretty devoid of blood. It's fucking massive. You know? Trying to imagine anywhere safe to cut to get a reasonable amount of blood. The finger, I mean, if it was just to get a little bit of blood, the finger is fucking perfect. Having done a variety of different STI tests in my life, the finger's a great place to get some from. Diabetes people also get it from the finger, right, as well, to test the bloods and stuff. People who do rituals don't have to clock in at 8 a.m. on a Monday morning. That is fair. Well, I don't know, actually, because usually the people that are frequently said to have done like rituals and shit like that tend to be like lawyers and stuff. So, I don't know.
Kept. Add to that some unique and unusual local laws. Well, it can be a challenge, but a welcome one.
I have a little bit more respect for you because you enjoy a challenge, even if you are a lawyer and therefore are not trustworthy. You know, the blub 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 is making me incessantly happy every time that you say it. Blub blub blub. Rituals, no. A ritual in the nose, nope, because I hate having a sore nose. But the finger end is a great place. Yeah. The amount of times that I've nicked my shins when shaving, piss blood all over the place. Yeah, it makes sense. Do it in the shin. Or like the side of the calf or something, you know? Maybe if you know there's going to be a ritual, get yourself a syringe and extract some in advance. That would be far more. That's a much better idea. That's a much better idea. Although, does it have to be fresh? Does it have to still contain the life essence, you know? How can you be a lawyer at 8 a.m. on a Monday with no movability in your fingers? Certainly you can't if you slice... Oh, they're saying that they always slice the opposite hand. Oh, it's also a massive giveaway that you've been... Have you been conducting rituals? No. Why do you say that? You've got a massive bandage around your hand. And it's not like a good bandage that has been given to you by medical professionals. It's like a bit of old curtain that you've wrapped around it. Did you conduct a ritual this morning? No. It wasn't me. Big boy did it and ran away. Little Shop of Horrors, Seymour feeding Audrey with blood on his fingers. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Absolutely. Ritual in the weekends, the back of the office on Monday. There you go. There you go. Got an entire weekend to do it. Do you know what I mean? As a diabetic, I can vouch for that. There you go, you see. How's you doing? All right, thank you very much, Dragon Lady. We're just talking about the ins and outs of the practicalities of rituals. Do you know what I mean? Of, like, evil rituals. Finger pricks are easy. Well, I say that, my diabetes nurse curses me because I just generally don't bleed. I don't bleed on certain fingers, which I always found very, very interesting. Speaking of STIs, I got me SH24 results all clear. Fantastic. I'm glad to hear that, Kayla. Absolutely glad to hear that. Love to hear it. As someone who does not have the full use of my thumb and had to experience the fun that is the rerouting of nerves over a period of years due to having a knife go through the middle of my hand when I was 17. Oh, and several load of nerves and tendons. I would not recommend. There. Wild Annie is right there, proving the point that this is a really stupid way to do a ritual. All right? Back of the wrist. The best thing about the back of the wrist, okay, is first of all, you've got your bone protecting all of your main arteries and stuff, which means that you'll bleed, but you won't, like, bleed in a dangerous way. You can also then angle it and use your little finger as a drawing pad, okay? Have you ever been in the shower? You ever been in the shower and it's like dripping and you just point your little finger out like that and all the water like dribbles down and it goes, blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? Okay. You would get much better as opposed to just being like, I'm going to like a child holding a fucking wax crayon when the blood's pissing out of the middle of your fucking hand for some reason. You would get a much more precision, like little finger, do. Making blood drawing makes drawing blood sigils easier. Exactly. Game developers and movie makers, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do I keep walking over here?
Did you know my father?
I was called to the house shortly after your father arrived.
Why did that need a lawyer?
Those complex
Why am I
laws
staring at him like that?
to blame. Your father left when Edward died, so none of the required legal formalities to transfer the house were observed.
Does that mean...
Not at all. There will be no issue with transferring the estate to your name, if that is what you wish.
Why is my dude like staring at him like that? He's like he's walked up and he's just put his thing into him and then he's just like, why do you face him when you're looking at him? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Oh, not sustainable black magics. Exactly. Milton, how you doing? How's it going? An RN, a resident nurse doing a blood draw does sound like a great idea as well. Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay. We're going to do a ritual, okay, where we're going to summon the great Beelzebub, okay? However, we're not doing any of this fucking random done bullshit, all right? We've got an actual medical practitioner nurse here who's going to extract the blood. Okay, we'll do it fresh, so they can do it literally there and then. They can then use the needle to be able to get perfect, like, precision. You know what I mean? We've got, in fact, do you know what we've done? We have actually got a resident nurse here to extract the blood, and then we have got a calligrapher who is going to use one of their fancy fountain pens to write everything perfectly. None of this haphazard bullshit. We are professional ritualists, okay? Let's do it properly. You're the best audio background for my cooking. I'm cackling with laughter. If you're gonna do it right, okay? Gonna try that next time, yeah? I think the general point of this conversation is if you're going to be about doing rituals, be an adult about it. A little bit of general safety during your dealings with the occult, please. Exactly. I expect everybody to be in their robes and their big pendants of ritual gloriousness wearing high-vis, okay? Where are the high-vis robes? That's the real question. I want high-vis robes with reflector strips on them. Okay. A hard hat that goes comfortably under the hood. You know? Come on now. Tetanus shop due to the ritual knife being a bit old. Yeah, there you go. Could we transcribe the ritual knife ritual symbols onto a syringe? Inquiring minds want to know, okay? Because at one point, the ritual knife will have been, like, new technology. Now we've moved on. Could we have a ritual syringe? Is that something we could have? Make it a little bit easier for everybody, you know? How long do they have to practice before they're professional? Good question, Sorgatani. Are there a series of silicon ritual dummies that you've got to practice on before you commit the human sacrifice? All right? Valnea loading his inkjet printer with blood, just mass printing rituals. Exactly. What do you need? In fact, if anything, I feel like I'm going to the next level of the Greek and I'm just 3D printing using my own, like, resin, blood-infused resin, in order to make a 3-dimensional ritual, because I've moved past the 2-dimensional shit, okay? Okay, do we do drug tests before participation? Depends how frivolous I'm feeling, you know? We should probably find out what, like, if anything, we should probably do a series of scientific experiments to find out which type of blood works best for ritual purposes. You know? Because if it turns out that it's like AB negative as opposed to O, then there needs to we got a lot of, like, we could become very efficient at rituals. Okay? Bye for now. See you later, Sky. You take it easy. We could become very efficient at this. If tentacles come out, please, please, please use a condom to prevent space eye brain babies. Exactly, exactly. Remember, tentacles can jizz. We have seen it in hentai. Minimum 3 year. Phlebotomist does 5. There you go. We need at least a little bit more than that. Be an amazing character of a Vampire Masquerade campaign, a ritual safety inspector. He's got his high-vis robes, enchanted hard hat, inscribed ritual syringes, and hands out fines for safety violations during rituals. That's hilarious. Oh, I've turned right the way around now. How am I going to speak to him now that my back is to him?
Have you had a chance to examine my papers?
I have, and am delighted to say that everything is in order. I would not be doing my job if I didn't warn you that with Edward dead and your father absent, the family fortune has somewhat diminished over the years. However, the real treasure is the castle and the grounds themselves. I haven't spent as much time as I'd like here, but it is a unique place.
I noticed that the door to the master's study is locked.
What the fuck is going on?
Might I get a key for it?
Of course. I will see to it that you are supplied with one, if there is one available. No door should be locked to the soon-to-be owner, after all. Well, it's been a long day. I bid you good night.
I'll get myself something to read and then head to bed too. Good night.
Not before I explore the grounds. Okay, so now that I've finished talking to him with my back to him, do you know what I mean? Got to consider the environmental and sustainable impact of reducing rare blood types for the ecosystem. That is true.
Hiding something, are we?
I don't know. Is he? A lot of papers just strewn about the place. I will grab something to read, and then... Bit of Edgar Allan Poe. Can I open this? Oh, come on, come on, come on. Apparently I can't open that box. That's fair enough. Ooh. Who tied that tie? What happened there? He's feeling very chilled now that he owns the house, which is fucking massive. He's feeling very zen. Examine.
Must be hard to keep this place clean.
I mean, it is fucking massive. Hello. Photo pieces found.
The cold doesn't seem to affect the residents of this house. All the fires are fighting a losing battle against the draft.
That makes sense, and we'll take whatever that is.
An earring. I doubt it was buried in the ashes on purpose. Someone must have lost it.
Someone must have lost that earring. Gotta get ready for work. No worries, you take it easy, other Greeks. Thanks very much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Ooh, what was that thing up there?
Just how old is the Gordon clan? For all I know, it could stretch back to Roman times or even further.
Yes, the famous Romans, the Gordons. What happened?
Somewhere out there they found father. Or rather what was left of him. What a cruel way to take your own life. On the morrow, I will explore the grounds, as soon as the sun is up.
We do know that there was a man there with him, but he could still have taken his own life.
Outside to speculate about the size of the estate. Who would tear up photographs, given the painstaking process surrounding their creation?
Photo pieces added. Nothing around here. Nothing over there. Investigation 101. This place is so big! Like, I'm not fully remembering where I have come from. What is that?
Lady Margaret and Edward. How young they look. But who are the others? You really know very little about your own family, David.
So Lady Margaret was my grandmother? Another urn just casually around there. Good old Monstera. Perfect.
I'll give that a spin later.
Not now. Not now. She is...
An impressive collection. Grandmother's obviously a music lover.
Grandmama? Are you okay?
A peculiar place to spend the night. I best not wake her.
Oh, well, I just want to make sure she's okay. See if I can assist her back to her bedroom, you know? She's an old lady. That shit's gonna fucking be murder for her back. Sleeping in a wing-backed chair like that. Burning ears again, I know. Okay, let's go down this way first. We can't. Okay, fair enough. That answers that. I can't take are we in the sense seriously after Miranda. I don't know that series. I know of the TV series. Oh, I can't go that way any further. Okay. What? What?
Exquisite craftsmanship. I doubt our family could afford a marvel such as this nowadays.
So we can sell it and pay for somebody to come and clean the rest of the place, right?
I can see the family resemblance. This one died very young. And this one. None of them seem to have made it past middle age.
Interesting, that. I wonder how my... So my grandmother is still alive, but my grandfather isn't. I wonder how he died. Let's go in this place. What's this? Oh. Were we just here? Yeah. And we went up that way. We ran around the back of the house. Huh. Barricaded.
Oh, locked.
Monkey Mel, how you doing? How's it going? If I've got a mod available, could I get a shout out for Monkey Mel, please? I would appreciate that. How you doing, you beautiful individual?
I used to regale my Indian school friends with tales of knights in shining armor.
Okay, so I grew up in the colonies, it seems. Okay, interesting, interesting. We'll go back out this way. What have we got over here? Spookies! Yes, all about the spookies, Monkey Mel. How you doing, you beautiful individual? How's it going? I've been muddling through work conundrum and mildly chipping away at it. Oh, God. That was laborious. People go check out Monkey Mel. Monkey Mel has one of the most infectious giggles you've ever seen in your entire fucking existence ever. And as a result, is a wonderful, wonderful human being. You should go check them out. Go throw them some love. Okay, this is the library. Okay, I'm just kind of getting my bearings with everything at the moment. Because it seems that this candle that was definitely going to run out very, very quickly isn't running out. Want to laze in the sun, but not had a chance today. Are you able to do that later, perhaps? A little later on? Are you flattering me so much? I don't. That's a lie. I don't do any such thing. I merely tell the truth. The ghost. God damn it.
Oh, you followed me.
Did I just turn that?
Little stalker.
Dick's sticky fish. Thanks very much for the follow, you beautiful bean. Can we just take a moment? Can I just take a moment? Can I just take a moment to appreciate the fact that I fell over, my candle went out, and then I turned it back on like a torch. I fell over, the candle went out, and I went, and suddenly the light is back on, and I'm like, what? What just happened? Hello there, old man. You gave me a fright.
I didn't see you there. You gave me quite a fright. You are?
I'm the one who keeps the house from being covered in weeds.
Oh, I love that
Name's
accent.
Rory.
Pleased
Hello,
to meet you.
Rory.
I'm David Gordon.
Aye. I kenned you were coming today.
Oh, love this. Very great accent. He's sitting in the dark. It looked like he was blind a second ago, potentially. You know, later sometimes, yes. It's nice to have portable keepsakes, for sure, for sure. That did seem to be what happened. It did, right? It was just like, oh, you've turned your candle back on with a torch. Better to light a flamethrower than curse in the dark. That is true. That is true.
Why are you sitting in the dark?
There's enough light for me, laddie.
Oh, your eyes. I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
I see more than most do, son.
Did you know my father?
I did, aye. Shameful what they did to him.
What do you mean? Who is they?
He sure likes licking his tuna. I think it's probably more sardines. He's just eating straight up sardines. You know, he too wears a tie. I think a lot of people, you've got to remember, this looks like it's like the late 1800s, early 1900s. So, I mean, this is when the colonies were a big thing, evidently because I got educated in India, which is a thing. So I would imagine that a lot of people wore ties because it was seen as the proper thing to do.
How long have you worked for the Gordons?
Always been a gardener, and I do some fishing. The lock's a bonny place. Calms the nerves.
I like the gardener. He's fucking creepy.
I'll leave you to your supper then.
This is what the child of the Slender Man looks like. Ooh, that's an
Being
interesting
a
tattoo.
Gordon can be a curse, laddie. Your father kenned the hard way. Mind you dinna follow in his footsteps.
All right, buddy. 1913. Looks like interesting. Where did it say tuna console me? It just said Dick's sticky fish. Okay, so this is the...
Blood. Not human, I presume.
Well, why would it be human? You're in the kitchen.
Better safe than sorry.
Better safe than sorry. I'll just carry a cleaver around with me. What? I just put a cleaver in my pocket. Of course. Of course I did. Of course I did. What else am I going to do? Let's look at everything inside first. Do you know what this reminds me of a little bit? Fuck, what was that horror game
This might
called?
come in handy.
What did I just pick up? Inventory. Wire, knife, earring, box of matches, stone figurine, letter from David's father, letter from David's mother. My dearest David.
Mother will work in the garden all day in my absence. She always does when she's worried. Mother will work in the garden all day in my absence. She always does when she's worried.
Apparently he's not going to tell me. So, my dearest David, it was with great joy that I received your last letter. Know that you are missed terribly here in India. If my calculations are correct and the International Postal Service is kind, this letter will keep you company as you make your final leg of your journey to Scotland. I hesitate to say anything for fear that you will think me foolish, even hysterical. Your father made it his life's work to research his family's twisted history. This and his obsession with the occult combined. This is what we saw at the beginning, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. So we picked up wire there, I see. And that's just my bits and pieces. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Fuck, what's it remind me of? Nibberin. What was the game that you recommended to me? The really spooky game with the inky shit. Is this where I came in? Wait, there's the dumbwaiter again, right? Yes, this is where I came in. Cool, cool, cool. Song of Horror. Thank you very much, Eris. Yeah, that one. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. It's got a similar sort of jankiness to it. With an interesting enough atmosphere to make me want to keep playing it. If this didn't have a good atmosphere of the game, if this didn't have a very, like, an interesting enough storyline, I would have laughed this off ages ago and that would have been the end of it.
Rory just disappeared into the darkness.
He doesn't need to see. Oh, there's the other cleaver.
The cellar can wait till tomorrow.
The cellar can apparently wait till tomorrow. All right, okay. All work and no play makes David furious in his masturbatory practices. Okay. So, we have the kitchen, the library, the hunting room. And when I say the hunting room, I mean the room full of all the heads of the animals and shit. The fixed camera and the lighting. Yeah, it might well be the lighting, especially. And then this one leads me back to where Grandmama was. Was the one with the nuns and the sisters? No. Was that right at the start of the game? Yes, yes it was. You were correct. The dining room, and then the dining room goes around the back. Which then takes me back into the hunting room. And there was nothing down the other side. Okay, I think I've got the layout of the ground floor now. Cemented in my little brain. So let's go upstairs and have a look at the upstairs floor. Can't go in these doors apparently. Oh, hello, we can do in this one though.
Barging into someone's bedroom in the middle of the night is not how to earn their trust.
No. This is nothing like Songs of Horror. I beg your pardon, sir. It's got similar sort of atmosphere to it. Give me Song of Horror vibes too. Yeah, yeah. And then that was the library. Where I was listening in. Luck away, you beautiful beings. Thank you very much. The trophy room. That's the one. I don't like to call it a trophy room because they're animal heads. There's nothing trophy about them. Hello? I know it's the middle of the night, but I can't sleep.
Shame. Attics often speak volumes about the owners of a house.
Okay, so it's locked and there's nobody in there. I've got jet lag, even though jets haven't been invented yet. Ah, yes. I said 30 minutes, but now dinner is almost ready and it's been 45. Indulge in it. The greatest thing about a delayed dinner or food time is the fact that it means that you end up being all the more hungry. Can't be a basement that's full of Amontillado? No. I don't think there would be a basement. Generally speaking, in the UK, basements aren't really a thing.
The lock is too heavy, too old for this to work.
Shame.
Father must have left something for me in the master's study. I suppose I could ask Mr. McKinnon to open it for me in the morning, but I'll have him breathing down my neck. And who knows what I'm to find.
That is true. Don't want Mr. McKinnon, the arsehole incarnate. Considering I am now like the lord of the fucking house, he was very fucking rude. He's off fetching more soil for the garden. Fair. Use the bed.
My friend Insomnia. I wonder if Andrew has left the library yet. My faithful friend Insomnia.
Oh. So it did want me to go and get a book to read. Fucking hell. The book potentially of... The one that not the H.P. Lovecraft one, not the Poe one, the other one that popped by. There's one over here. Or not, as the case may be. Evidently, it wants me to pick a very specific book. Ooh.
Oh, locked.
Use a knife, use the wire. Can I use the wire to open the...
This might take a while. I need to be steady and try to... Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, you've opened the library cabinet without leaving any marks. Okay. Interesting. Ooh. 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 Family of snakes, beware, my boy. So, 777s, double sevens plus triangle equals 4. One of them is 1, and one of them is 3. Presumably. 9 equals kissing flags plus double sevens. So let's assume that the double sevens is 3. That's 1, and that's 6. Double sevens is 3. Rotate up. What did I say? That was 6. That would be 1. No.
Let's see what Father
that
didn't
answered
even
that.
want his own family to find. Now what are you for?
Hello, Key. And the snakes. This is my grandmother's private desk, which I find very interesting. Can I close this again? Nope. I'm just going to take this stuff and I can't close it. All right. Nope. She's going to know that somebody's been in here the next time she comes in here, but never mind. It would definitely have a cellar. I'm not sure it would, Caro. And the reason why, like, not that I'm, like, criticizing any other people's logic or what have you, but in the UK, very specifically in Scotland, especially if it's somewhere, like, near a loch, which is, like, a big lake in Scotland, the ground itself would have been so sodden that to dig into, to create a cellar, it would have been constantly waterlogged and they would constantly have issues with flooding and mold that would affect the foundations of the house and the rest of the house entirely. Storage is a premium flat pack tiki-taki box house. Spent inheritance and half on a shoebox in Sydney and be indebted for another few generations, maybe. Maybe. How's it going, Alexander Griffin? Can I get a shout out for Alexander Griffin, please, if I've got a darling moderator available? How you doing, you beautiful individual? Oh, you mentioned a thing to me in DMs, Alexandra. Have you already done that, or is that like later on today? Is that like later on today? Get the nitrates in? Yeah, I thought you were talking about the gardener in the game. Yeah. Runes, more coding.
Nurse.
Fucking hell. I was so confused then. I was like, what the fuck? Malthus, how you doing, you beautiful being? Thank you very much. People, go check out my dear friend. My wonderful friend, Alexandra. Wonderful, wonderful human being. Wonderful human being. Who does a whole load of different dynamics there. Plays a lot of story games that are emotional. Bring tears to the eyes. Soul is crying out. Do you know what I mean? Talking into a leftover pick and mix and it's hitting the spot. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. I will need to grab some snaffly treats later on, but I'll worry about that later on for sure. For sure. Duchess Mona, how you doing, you beautiful bean? I'm making dinner while my soon-to-be husband is fetching the soil we need. We're almost done, and it's so nice that it's getting there. Love that. Love that. For sure, for sure. Job interviews today. Oh, fingers crossed for you. Touching all of the wood, Alexandra. I hope it goes really, really well. Malthus, thank you very much for the 2 little panderings. I appreciate that. Alls Max, welcome on in. How you doing? How you doing? How are you this fine morning, handsome fellow? Hope your day is going well. Yeah, doing all right, doing okay. It's an efficient day today. There's a lot of things that are going on at the same time because after stream today, I'm pretty much getting straight in the car and driving off to see some good friends of mine, Safi Pie and Peach Big Slate. So yeah, it's going well, but we're being efficient with stuff, you know. What did I take? More photo pieces. Okay, let's examine this thing. More snakes. It looks like I might need to put something in the snake's face. Interesting. Alexandra is a talented, crafty person as well. Ooh, I don't think I've seen them do any crafty shenanigans. I've seen them do tarot bits and pieces. Let's see what's in there. Oh. Yeah, I worked it out from the other stuff, but never mind. That's fine, that's fine. That's all right, that's okay.
Dear Lady Gordon, I write to you with the utmost urgency. I'm seeking information about my patient, your son, John Gordon. During our conversations, he makes allusions to his relationship with his father, but will not expand when pressed. You have failed to respond to my previous request, so I'm writing again to insist in the strongest terms possible that you furnish me with the required answers. Your son's recovery depends on it. Yours faithfully, Dr. Leah Farber, Bethlehem Hospital, London.
Bethlehem?
Secrets about my father is Lady Margaret concealing.
Interesting. Bethlehem Hospital. Wasn't Bethlehem... I'm sure that Bethlehem became Bedlam, and Bedlam was the insane asylum of the Victorian age. I have a feeling. It's echoing vaguely in my little brain, you know? Started my invert 100 class yesterday, definitely in for a challenge. Good. The challenge is what will keep you pushing forward, Judge Mona, for sure. For sure. Good. Hope you have a wonderful time with them. Get some food and enjoy yourselves. That is the plan. That is the plan for sure. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't seen them in a while. Had luncheon with your mum today. Very, very good. Love to hear it. It's been a while since I've done some sewing, so it was nice to get back into it a bit yesterday. Oh, I love that. I love that. She bought her mother a bride dress and it's gorgeous. Oh, wow. I struggle to hear the game with 4 fans, but it's 26 in my living room and so grateful for the subtitles today. Yes. I mean, you know us, Lunicon, in regards to accessibility, we always have subtitles on if they are available because I think that it's worth having subtitles on.
Here we go.
You know? Okay.
This side is done as far as I can tell. But there must be more. What an intricate piece of furniture.
What? Oh. Oh. Oh, is there multiple codes? There might be multiple codes. Multiple codes. Cabinet note, this one. I thought I'd already done it, but not. Okay, so if that equals 5, that's, yeah, 1 plus 3 plus 1. Oh, no, that's right. That was just the code for the cabinet. Interesting. Hmm. Aha! 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 Press the white button, press the black button. Let's try the white one.
Something's not right. Something's not right.
Has it reset itself? It hasn't reset itself. From the tail, black, white, black, black. Okay. So if I do... Right. Black, white, black, black.
Something's not right.
Black, black.
Something's not right.
Black, white, black. Oh, is it the other side of it? White, black, white, 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 black, white.
Something's not right.
Fuck. Black, white. Can't really see behind my own head here. Black, white, black, white, 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 black, black, white, white. And on the other side it'll be black, black, white, black.
Ah, we're getting somewhere.
Okay. Open says me.
Yes, that's too open.
Leave. The controls are definitely a little bit janky on this game, it has to be said. Does anyone know when this game was made? Reb Gresh, thank you very much for the 4 little panda rings. I appreciate that. Can we go around this side? Oh, what have we got here? Ooh.
That sounded like some part of the desk moved.
Okay. All of the locks are open. Give me all the shit.
A key and a note from Father. Someone is tampering with my work. I know it. I know it. I hear them as they whisper and snicker. They sneak in when I sleep. This place isn't safe. I have locked my work away in the study. I am leaving now. I will put an end to this terrible torment one way or another. David, if you find this, then I am dead.
Yes.
The forces abroad here have got to me. I am sorry you have been drawn into this tragedy. The answers you seek are amongst the papers in the Master's study. Use them. Stay safe. I love you, son. My God, what happened here? What did they do to my father?
Is this the key Father spoke of?
I don't know, I've got multiple keys now. Ooh. Oh, we're gonna have fun with this one then. Okay, that's a bit janky. Let's go back and deal with it later. We'll put this in our pocket. Wait, am I being watched?
Oh, hi there. You startled me.
Child.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
Hey, wait.
Achievement unlocked. I have met a mysterious boy.
Where did he go?
Where did he go? But first, let us go and close the writing desk so that nobody knows we've been in there. There we go. There we go. Now, where did the plucky young rapscallion go? Let's do a quick save of the game because I realize that I haven't actually done that yet. Okay. Boy! Did you go to the attic, boy? Hello there, mysterious boy. Master key? A cabinet key. Oh, that's what I used on the cabinet earlier. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Was that what I picked up for the... I'm back. Had fun talk with colleagues. Ooh, I hope it was a very good talk. Welcome back, Sebastian. How you doing? How's it going? Can't go in any of these. It was a very good talk. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Elkin Dragon Faye, how you doing? How's it going? Was it down here? Did you go down here, boy? No. Okay, mysterious boy. Okay. Let's change the key to...
It doesn't fit.
This is where it's going to get really annoying. Because what it needs me to do is I can't put it in upside down. So, it's going to require me to find a way to... Does it say so in the controls? Settings. Nope. Save game. Let's save the game. Sure, chapter 1. Save game. Confirm. Main menu. Confirm. Because that I don't want to sit there for like 20 minutes and just get really annoyed with it. Really? So it looks like I'm going to be sat there getting really annoyed.
The lock is too heavy.
Yeah. Look at the keyhole. Use the key.
It doesn't fit.
Oh.
I've never seen a key like this before. It feels like Father wanted me to keep it a secret. I've never seen a key like this before.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
It feels like Father wanted me to keep it a secret.
Okay. Back. Now use the key.
Open sesame.
While everyone else is asleep, we are completing the game. Should we do this in the morning? Probably.
Someone's been searching here. Either they didn't have time to clean up, or simply did not care.
Or they simply didn't care. That was a quick 20 minutes of annoyment. I know, it's the fastest 20 minutes of annoyment.
If Father hid the key for me to find, then this means nobody has been able to enter this room since his death.
No worries, Dragon Lady. I mean, you take it easy. Nobody's been able to enter this room since his death, which means that he came back to his room having been searched. So he wanted to preserve the crime scene, is what I'm getting from this.
Myths and legends of the Highlands. From the library, I'd wager.
Interesting, interesting. So we're preserving the crime scene. No one's been able to get in here, which means that this was searched. Yeah, like you said, the search before his death. What? Oh.
This looks interesting. Screwed down tight. Someone didn't want it moved.
Interesting. Ooh. Okay. Okay. The cabinet note, letter from David's father. Beware. Key. Find the answers. Library. We already had that. But I don't think that gives me the information I need. So I need to work out what the code is, like the number code, and then work out what the runes are in comparison to the number code. I would imagine. Okay. Can I move? Hello? There we go. I can go there. There's cigars there, but nothing else. Sure. Let's do that. Take the bit of picture. Cigars. Okay, let's have a look at that first.
Everything but the seal.
The seal is missing.
Just bits and bobs.
That doesn't look like bits and bobs. Oh, I can go directly through my knees, apparently. What is this? Ah!
Oh, some sort of secret compartment.
The base comes out.
Father wouldn't have hidden his papers somewhere as obvious as a desk drawer. Whoever did this would have searched the room after they looked in the desk. Maybe they didn't find what they were looking for.
What is this? The chapel, the family chronicles. I may find answers there. 152. Okay.
What a mess. Letters about the day-to-day running of the estate.
Mm-hmm.
These might be useful if I decide to live here. The handwriting must be Edward's. Pay half what he asks. Forward to lawyers. Charming. And this one. Your money won't protect you forever. The hangman will catch up eventually. A curse on you and your family. Seems he was as popular as he was pleasant.
Okay, let's read the local girl one first.
A local girl goes missing. Concerns have been raised at the disappearance of Cora McKay, a 17-year-old local girl. According to the police, she was last seen leaving her place of work, the Three Kegs Inn, 2 days ago. She is the third person to disappear in recent months, but the circumstances of each have been markedly different. Cora is described as being 4'10", with grey eyes and long dark hair. Anyone with information is urged to contact the constabulary.
Why all the fuss? She's nothing but a peasant, a tavern girl. Her whimpering and begging drove me to the edge. I disposed of her in the usual fashion. She rests with the others.
Why all the fuss? She is nothing but a peasant. A tavern girl. If you can't keep your blabbermouth shut, don't be surprised if others make sure you get what's coming to you.
That's not what it says, but okay.
It sounds as if Grandfather Edward was willing to take drastic measures to enforce his will.
That's quite the difference between what it says and what the voice acting lines were.
I beg you to reconsider, Sir Edward. My family has lived on this land for many generations, and to be told we must leave our own home is too much to bear. Alice, my wife, whom you have met, is beside herself with grief. We have nowhere else to go. I beg you to look inside your heart and allow us to remain.
Have them out by the end of the month.
So he was an arsehole then.
The signs are there. Deny them at your peril. The ancient evil that inhabits this land has seeped into the very stone of the castle walls, and if you do not tread carefully, it will infect your family.
Bold of you to assume I have a heart. It's true.
Contact the constable. Have this witch locked up so she does not bother us again.
I do love the way that the witch writes in exactly the same font as an awful lot of the text in Oblivion. Okay. So our granddad was a horrible ingrown toenail of a human being. Okay. And nothing else. Okay. Who evidently can, well, from what I can surmise, created rituals and sacrificed the young local girls for those rituals. Can I do something? There we go. Okay, load it. Right, I can't pick up the thingy again. That was... So... 1. Huh. Because on the diagram it said 1. Apparatus dial note. The chapel, the family chronicles. I may find the answers there. 152. But the symbol for 1 that I got from the other things were not the same.
You little stalker.
Thank you very much for the follow, you beautiful being. I don't like to call people out in case they're lurking, but you are welcome here. 5. Two. Because this symbol was said to be 1 on this one. This is a 1 and that's a 3. We don't know what 2 is though. We know what 6 is. Puzzly. Hello from Greece, Phoenix. Welcome on in, you beautiful bean. Thank you very much for the follow as well. I appreciate it. My brain's now getting into the whole dynamics of this code breaking shenanigans now. What was the code? 1-5 something? 152.
It's a raid. Flee! Flee!
Good lordy, ladies and gentlemen, and all gents outside between, delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders, throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people coming in here. I mean, really, could you even imagine? Who do they think they are? The absolute audacity, the scandal, the preposterousness, the outrage. It's our dear friend, Classic Chunk. This is not the greatest raid in the world. It's not even a tribute. We suck. No, you bloody well don't. No, you bloody well don't. I know you all. I know all you cheeky little devils. You don't bloody suck. Here you are. How's it going? Welcome on in, you cheeky little devils. How are you doing? People from my stream, go and check out the glorious Classic Chunk, the happy-go-lucky scamp. What were you playing today? Because I know you completed Fable 3. Excuse me. I know you completed Fable 3, so I'm intrigued. You were playing Mineral Defense, of course, of course. Classic Chunk is my housemate. He's one of my very, very good friends. He has been playing Fable 2 and Fable 3 while he was able to do so, and now he has returned to his element, which is dopamine mining. If you like number go up, brrr, you know, he is a phenomenal human being, a very, very good friend of mine, like I said. So please click on from people from my stream, go and click on that cheeky little follow button. They are wonderful and spectacular. He does play a lot of different games, but primarily a lot of dopamine mining games, things that just like tick that dopamine box and make you go, yeah, this is great, you know. I often will hang out, even though he's my housemate, even the fact that I live with the bastard, all right, I still very much enjoy hanging out in his streams, so I encourage you to do the same. Friends, if you're new here, on the off chance, I think most of you beautiful individuals I know, but on the off chance you're new here, 2 things you need to know about this channel. 1, you're not allowed to apologize. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. 2, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. I've got to ask you to leave. You shouldn't be under the age of 18 in Chunk Stream anyway, but on the off chance that you are, come back when you're 18. We'll have a good laugh, but I talk about sex and filth and debauchery all the fucking time, and I don't want to be corrupting the ears of the young. Do you know what I mean? Definitely not a happy-go-lucky scam today. Just doing some tower defense music and talking about headspaces and the purposes of existence. Wow. Delving deep into the philosophy there as well, Classic Chunk. I see. Did you come to any conclusions in your deep dive into philosophy, perchance? Perchance. Today, friends, we are doing a game called Black Mirror. Nothing to do with the TV show Black Mirror. Existence is futile. Existence is what you make of it. I fully understand the dynamics of existential crisis when you're like, the universe is so unbelievably big and we are so unbelievably insignificant. Like, we as human beings. Life is hard, go to the pub. That is definitely not the answer. That is definitely not the answer. Going to the pub makes life harder. You've seen it many times. The production and the consumption of cheese. That's a much better one. I like that. That's a greater one. If like the point of life is to indulging cheese boards, I don't think there's many people that would criticize that for sure. If nothing matters, then everything you do does matter to you. I agree with that. I think if nothing matters, you have the freedom to make of life what you can. And I have absolutely made of life what I can. Because I genuinely do think that nothing matters. My life is completely superfluous to the grand scheme of the universe. My life is completely superfluous to the grand scheme of the world that I live in, never mind the fucking universe. However, that does give me the freedom to do shit that I enjoy, that I choose to do ethically, you know? And that gives me purpose. You know? That kind of thing. That kind of thing. Cheese is the best addiction. Diet nihilism. Diet nihilism. What an interesting concept. Yeah. What? Yeah. Hedonistic nihilism, maybe? Optimistic nihilism. Opportunistic nihilism. Because if nothing mattered to you, then you get your knob out on stream. I don't believe that. I was about to say, in general, like, things matter to me in my own life, but my life doesn't matter in the grand scheme of the cosmos. If that makes sense. Because I do think things matter to each of us as individuals. Of course they do. Things always matter. And even if you are a person who's just like, thingy, do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Same really. Yeah, things matter to me as a person, but my existence doesn't matter to the universe. You know? And that's kind of how I would want it as well. That is absolutely how I would fucking want it. I don't want to be in charge of the fucking universe. That's far too much fucking pressure. That's far too much pressure. I am happy in my own little corner of the universe being like, do you know what? Let's do some fun stuff. Let's do some cool shit. You know? Yesterday was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. Ooh, interesting. I like that as a philosophy for sure. Cheese is the best addiction for sure. Maybe want to play Black Mirror on PlayStation, mate? Thanks. You are very, very welcome. The game that we're playing today is called Black Mirror. It's nothing to do with the TV series, but it is like a 1910s, 1913, I think somebody said. It's set around that time, so pre-First World War, just pre-First World War. And we are a guy who was raised in the colonies of India and has come back to their Scottish heritage to find out what killed our father. But it's very mystery oriented. The controls are janky as shit, but it's got a very interesting, scratching that mystery bug for me, and it's delightfully creepy as well. Scar nihilism. Nothing matters, but I've got a fucking trumpet. What a concept, for sure. There's freedom in being a small fry. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. You know? And I think that, I love that. Because, do you know why I love that? First of all, because everything that I do that brings me happiness makes me happy. And that means the world to me as a person. But everything that I do that fucks up, where I get everything wrong, actually, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't matter. If stuff makes me happy as a person, if stuff brings me joy, brings me pleasure, brings me happiness, then it means the world to me. But if I fuck shit up, if something goes horribly fucking wrong, and I fuck everything up, and sure, I'll be sad, but in the grand scheme of the universe, it doesn't really fucking matter. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm on board it. I'm on board it. Absolutely. Angling that philosophy for my own benefit, for sure. For sure. Anyway, thank you very much for the raid chunk. If you need to disappear off, go to cool down and what have you, because I know it's fucking roasting up where you are at the moment, in the bedroom up there. If you need to just chill out, cool down, what have you, fully understand that, especially if you've been talking deep philosophy. I know that you're off out tonight as well, and I think that you're probably going to indulge in more philosophical conversations while out as well. So so if you need to just have some time to chill out, fully understand that. But yeah, let's jump back into the game. Happy to keep talking philosophy, of course, while I'm trying to work out symbols and shit. What symbols have we got? Ooh. Oh, I can go up and down. Oh, I can go... Hello. For you. So I can't go any further that way, but I can go further this way. Uh-huh. B, 1. B, N... Sail. Okay, let's try that. B. 5 was N, and this one will be a sail. Not as the case may be. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's try it the other way around. So N, peace. NB, peace sign. Or unringed peace sign. N, B. Where are you? There. There we go. My God! Oh, fucking hell. What?
This castle certainly has its secrets.
Oh, good Lord, it's the room. Well, I know where that's going. But we will think. So this is the castle that I currently live in. Okay.
It looks very precise, accurate. A lot of work went into this. There's a bit missing. Hold on. There.
The bit missing that I always had on me. Oh no, tinnitus.
Stop your whining. Stop your whining.
That was annoying me more than anything else. Stop your whining. We're being haunted by my grandfather and the dead girls. Rude.
Goodness, what is that? Oh no.
Wait!
Huh. The maid.
The boy! Did you see him? Where did he go?
What did I tell you about disturbing me in my study?
Oh, it's a ghosty
Are
boy.
you all right, sir? What happened, David?
The boy. There was blood, and he pushed him down.
Oh.
Who do you think you saw?
My father.
Him.
My father getting pushed down the stairs by his father. That's what occurred. Interesting.
What did you just say, sir?
What did I just say?
It's all right.
You're like your father. You can see them too, can't you?
What did my father say?
My father. What did he think he saw?
It ain't my place to say, sir. But I...
Go on.
Begging your pardon, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You should go. This place, it drove your father mad.
Drove him? Did he say what or whom he saw?
I'm sure I don't know, sir.
Best not push her too hard. She's scared enough of me already. I've been babbling in my sleep since I was a child. It's nothing to worry about. Poor girl is scared out of her wits.
Of course, sir. Sorry, sir.
Sorry, I didn't get your name.
It's Ailsa, sir. Ailsa Crannan. Oh, and Master Andrew asks if you would join him in the library. After breakfast, of course.
Thank you, Miss Crannan.
Classic Chunk, are you still here?
Get a hold of yourself, David.
What do I do? Your thing's beeping. Okay. I was very confused by what I needed to do there because he didn't give me any instructions, but sure. But sure. Okay. I couldn't deal with that noise either. Those high-pitched noises go straight through me. Okay. I got rid of my tinnitus. And I stand, looking in the reflection. Yes.
Were these apparitions what drove my father from the castle when he was young? Were they what drew him back? He must have found something in the family chronicles he spoke of.
They were his own memories. Interesting. Get to talk to everyone and carry tamping sticks because you deal with a lot of paper. What is a tamping stick? That's a lovely excuse not to partake in pre-election. Oh, right, yeah. I'm not going to talk about politics, but yes, because otherwise I'll just go off on one for sure. That's great. I've used that in that bit too. What happens with boiling an empty kettle? Worse than pouring from an empty jug? Yes, for sure. Gotta refill your own kettle every so often, for sure. Absolutely. Can you let me know why my oven beeps, please, Valen? Maybe. A reminder that I'm still here doing £450 on a leg press. Oh, Jesus. You're still here and you're listening to my sultry tones. British Demon, welcome on in. How you doing? How's it going? Appreciate your selective muting. Yeah, I can't deal with it.
I don't remember ever seeing that boy. A faded memory, perhaps? As far as I know, I've never been to this castle before.
No, this is my dad's memory. It's like a time loop.
Nobody else saw the boy or the old man who looked like my grandfather Edward. But it felt real. More even than the daydreams that plagued my childhood.
In other words, I am a clairvoyant. Interesting.
Elsa knows more than she wants to tell me.
You've calmed yourself down after a stressful night. Interesting. Lulu, what's this? We are playing a game called Black Mirror, which is kind of, I don't know, H.P. Lovecrafty, Edgar Allan Poe. It's a mystery, a dark, spooky mystery that we are steadily working on. This is the second chapter now. We've just finished the first chapter. I got an award for it, which is how I know. And there's nothing in here. Oh, no. The controls are extremely janky. But overall, so far, I am damnably... Like, the jankiness of the controls does not dissuade me from continuing to play it because the storyline seems really interesting. The storyline is exactly the kind of storyline that I really enjoy, which is, like, the creeping horror, the lingering dread. That kind of entire dynamic really appeals to me. Okay, what else have we got? Now we can actually see some shit. Can't go into the lavatoire. Alright, so the only place we can go is to exit. Fair enough. Keep Inkling, how you doing, you cheeky devil? Welcome on in, welcome on in. This is my first live Threads Algo suggested.
And once you're done in the kitchen, go and clean up the cellar. The spiders.
There is a cellar.
Nest down there. A big one, too. They're crawling everywhere. Master David.
Hello.
Nice of you to grace us with your presence.
Why are you such a cock-end? Counter it.
Anything I can do to brighten up your morning, Angus?
Yes. Yes.
I've had the staff prepare some of the finest Scottish delicacies for you. Black pudding, haggis, scrambled eggs with deer brain, and bacon.
Sorry, somebody knocks on my door, but I've just heard that Chunk's getting it. Just heard that Chunk's getting it. Kipinkling, if that's how you pronounce your name, let me know. Welcome back on in. How you doing? How's it going? Oh, welcome on in, should I say. Threads Algo suggested you. And you were a great follow. I very much appreciate that. Well, welcome over from the wonderful world of Threads. I very much appreciate it. I very much appreciate it. Welcome on in. Hang about. See how you feel.
I shot the deer myself in the local woods.
Even though I'm a vegetarian, I don't care.
Mother was never a fan of dishes made from entrails. In this case, she'd be missing out.
You might be an arse, my friend, but you are... very good at eating, very good at cooking, apparently. Thank you for your food.
That was delicious. Thank you.
I'm sure our local specialities must seem peculiar to one raised as you were.
I was raised in India. My spectrum of peculiar has quite a range.
Yeah, I have an awful lot of spicy dishes over there. Having spent a couple of weeks in India myself, I definitely had a limitation on the spicy dishes, for sure. Where's the cow's tongue? Good question. Oh, we can enter the garden. That's how you say my name? Perfect.
Elsa knows more about my father than she dares tell me. I'd better earn her trust now. She might return to the village once the weather clears.
Ah, okay. So I can't go outside because it's thingy. So I need to go to the cellar to find the spiders. And then we've got the study over here where my grandmama was. I'm remembering a lot of this vaguely. What's that one?
Make it easier to carry.
Oh.
The boy. It must be. But
Ooh.
I need to be sure. Perhaps the names are on the bag.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
Lady Margaret. She looks happy. I can't imagine her smiling like that these days. My family. Yet they're all still strangers to me.
I have never heard of scrambled eggs with deer brains. I would imagine that there's quite a few... I mean, these days, you just have scrambled eggs, right? But I would imagine there's quite a few dynamics. There seemed to be a movement away throughout the, like, mid-last century, from, like, the 50s through to the 70s, what have you, to move away from eating organs. Which, as a vegetarian... all this shit goes over my head because I've never eaten meat. It's never been something that I've consumed, so it all goes over my head. But purely from like a scientific point of view, all of the organs have the nutrients, right? So eating the organs is a good thing. However, from like the 50s, 60s onwards, they kind of moved away from eating all organs. Nowadays, people just eat the muscle, and the rest kind of goes to offal or what have you, or pig feed or something like that. But yeah, it's a whole thing. So the idea of like 1910, 1913 or what have you being like scrambled eggs with deer brains in the Highlands of Scotland, actually that doesn't sound too strange. For sure. That reminds me to say that I'm off to see a shadow puppet of Haunter in the Dark and Doom That Came to Sarnath. That sounds fucking cool as shit, Frankie. That sounds really, really cool. Creepeats! Hello, you beautiful being. Can I get a shout out for Creepeats, please? Sir, give me my mirror back. I need it, otherwise my eyeliner's going to be uneven. I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm playing with your mirror, Creepeats. I'm playing with it real good like. Real good like. If only a mirror helped with that. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Stood outside in 27. People, go check out my dear friend Creepeats. Go check out my dear friend Creepeats. Wonderful human being. Glorious gothic dynamic. The only thing darker than his eyeshadow is his coffee. So, wonderful being. Wonderful, wonderful human being. Please, 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 please check him out. He's a glorious individual. They have some really interesting conversations over there as well. For sure, for sure. Just outside in 25-degree heat for an hour and 20 minutes with no shade and no drink outside kid's house. And no one was there. I feel so ill. My office has just told me to go home. Oh, God, Tinks, that's awful. That is awful. You should have been able to go home a lot earlier than that if no one was there. Especially if no one was there. You know? Terrible things have some relaxation and stuff. So do I. So do I. Non-consensual play with my mirror. How dare they? Look, it's my mirror. It's all my consensual play with my mirror. We only do consent.
Grandfather Edward. Just as he looked last night.
Yeah, so it was an echo of memory. More than anything else.
Grandfather Edward.
Yeah, okay.
Just as he
It does annoy me that I can't skip the things that I've already seen.
What's this? Looks like it's drawn in blood?
Dum dum dum. Cutscene. The grave. Oh. So I'm hallucinating now, okay.
I told Miss Cranon, these visions are like nothing I've ever experienced before, and they're getting worse.
Okay, so I'm getting flashbacks of the history of it. One thing I did notice in that family photograph was this little girl. It's like, yes, Grandmother Gordon, Grandpapa Gordon, or Great-Grandmother Gordon, Grandpapa Gordon, Grandmother Gordon. Okay. My dad. Who's this? Who's this? Slow jump scares in games? I know. This is like, oh, no, no, please. Reaching out for me like that. God damn it. There's also whispering going on.
I'll give that a...
Okay, so at some stage I'm gonna get like a wax cylinder that I need to play there. At some stage. The way these games tend to work. The camera angles are fucking weird in this game. The kid's mum wasn't answering the phone. I phoned the office and they said that I should phone them after 15 minutes, but I was waiting to see if she was just running late, but no, they wanted me to meet her somewhere that wasn't the house, which I'm not allowed to do for health and safety and safeguarding. Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. What is this?
A sign of modernity, even in ancient houses like this.
Oh, a telephone. Right, so I need to go and try and find the cellar. This takes me to the trophy room.
Smoking a pipe? I thought that would be beneath her station.
Hello, Grandmama.
Contrary to everything I've learned so far about Grandfather Edward, Lady Margaret still worships him.
She still very much loved him. Even the evil bastards can be loved. The loading screens in this seem unnecessarily long, excuse me. Like, I'm still not able to move while it slowly catches up that I'm out of the previous screen. Like, you are out of the previous screen. Let's have a conversation with Grandmama. Hey, Lady Margaret. AKA Grandmama.
Lady Margaret.
David?
May I first apologize for my strange behavior last night? It's just that...
Think nothing of it.
Mm-hmm.
You were obviously tired from your travels.
That's it.
Least said, soon as
Tired of my travels.
I saw an old photograph of a boy in the other room. Something tells me she wouldn't be happy if she knew I had it in my pocket.
Ah, that was taken in 1894. Young Johnny, your father.
Oh.
You can remember the exact year.
It's a funny thing when you reach my age. You can remember dates from decades ago.
But not what you had for breakfast.
Maybe others can't.
Yeah, who were the other people on the photo?
Who, may I ask, were the others in the picture?
That would be your Aunt Clara and your late great-grandmother, the last true Countess of Scahandew House. And my dear Edward, of course.
I noticed my father had a scar on his face. How did that happen?
Falling from a tree, perhaps? I can't recall. But your father was a clumsy child.
Can't recall. But you remember the date the photograph was taken?
What kind of man was my grandfather?
Oh, he was magnificent. He was handsome, so handsome, and caring.
Caring enough to knock a defenseless child down the stairs.
All was so very different when he was around.
Sounds like you have placed him on a pedestal and have become willfully ignorant to his ills. I've said that I will try and get some extra money for the troubles of being stood there for the amount of time. Yeah, absolutely. This change they care about us now, though. You should not give a hoot. That doesn't surprise me. They be like that.
The maid. She seemed to be acting strangely, like she was frightened of me.
Yes, well, she's a simple sort, that one.
Mm-hmm.
She has probably heard of the curse of the Gordons the locals like to whisper about.
Curse? What curse?
Just a peasant superstition. I would guess she was worried you'd show the same displays of unpredictable violence as your father did.
I never knew my father to be the violent type.
Oh, there are many things you do not know about your father. This is his doing.
What? But how?
I'd rather not discuss it, David. And that maid should really keep her mouth shut and locate the earring she lost. She's like a magpie with shiny, expensive things.
Ah. If I give her the earring, then she's going to punish the maid, whereas I could bribe with the earring for the maid to talk to me.
This may seem like an unusual question.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't, dear boy.
Have I ever been here before? Is it possible I visited as a child and can no longer remember?
Oh, no. You are a stranger to these walls.
And I have a feeling you prefer it stayed that way.
Quit the conversation.
I shall take my leave, Lady Margaret.
Yes.
I am your grandchild, and you have about as much caring for me as, like, an old dog that should be put down, or a stray off the street. Where was the kitchen? That's the library. Was the kitchen down here? Kitchen may have been down here. There we are. Hello, dumbwaiter.
Miss Crannan?
Black Mirror, is it related to the Netflix series? Not at all. Not at all. Just the same name, I'm afraid. Moonlight Magpie, how you doing? How's it going? Let's ask about the attic first.
I noticed the attic door is locked.
You'd best ask Angus, sir. I hardly go up there.
The mere mention of the attic terrified her. What is in there?
Interesting.
Did you ever talk to my father?
I was serving here when he... That is to say,
Go on, please.
I didn't think it'd be proper, sir. Lady Margaret said... Oh, sorry, sir. I must get on with my work.
She's as scared of Margaret as she is of the butler. Poor girl.
Here, what about me giving you the earring and then you opening your mouth and telling me all the things I want to know? There's blood on the dumbwaiter.
I think you may have lost this.
Oh, sir! Oh, thank you, sir. I only wanted to see how it looked in the mirror. I didn't mean to. I was scared to tell her ladyship. Oh, she can have such a temper.
What are you going to do now?
If I can sneak it into the salon, maybe her ladyship will think she lost it there herself.
From what I know about her, I very much doubt her ladyship will.
Now.
Isn't that used for transporting cooked food? Why is there blood in it?
Ugh, the wee scunner thought it would be funny to put one of his dead beasties in it to fear me. He should keep them in the cellar and... Sorry, sir. I'm speaking out of turn.
Tell me about my father's final days.
What happened to my father here?
I'm sorry, sir. You're not like the rest of them here. Oh, sir, there's things you should know, but I really need this job.
Can't really see her, can you?
She knows something, but how can I convince her to trust me?
Would you like me to escort you to the cellar?
Wouldn't be proper to ask the owner of the house to do that, sir.
Well, I'm not the owner yet, and you didn't ask.
Very kind of you, sir.
Happy to help. I'll let you know when I'm ready to accompany you down there. I shall leave you to your work.
Interesting. So, the earrings weren't enough for her to be convinced of my good intent.
The maid still doesn't quite trust me. I have to find a way to show her I'm on her side.
What's through there?
Shall we?
Oh. Well, that's what we were doing. Okay. That's the cellar. Of course it is. I'm meant to be escorting her, so I will escort her. Don't know what this is, but we'll take the candle. Sure, that works.
Let's see what we can find down here. Harsh as it may seem, a proper serving of fire is the only way to get rid of such a widespread infestation.
Okay. Can we examine her?
How cruel of Mr. McKinnon to send her down here alone.
Okay. How cruel of Mr. McKinnon. Only we know that he's cruel. He's an ass. Was curious. It feels more like the Dark Pictures anthology. I have not played any of those games. I own a couple of them. What is this?
Raw spirit. Not particularly palatable, but good for cleaning.
It reminds
magic tricks.
It's definitely got an element of That's the word I'm looking for. An element of like Edgar Allan Poe, H.P. Lovecraft, that kinds of things. Madame Badan is amazing. I saw a couple of people play bits of them, and it reminded me too much of like the way that old FMV games were, and I really struggle with FMV games.
The water of life. Some of these whiskies are from local distilleries.
I've heard good things about them, but I don't know. Ooh, hello.
Looks fresh.
Master Eddie's work. He and Mr. McKinnon put it here earlier. Poor beastie.
Eddie? Another family member I've yet to meet.
No, isn't Eddie the blind groundskeeper, no?
Ooh, a lot of blood for just one animal.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be using it for some description of ritual.
Not the most hygienic workstation. A hunting map. Looks like they've been poaching outside the Gordon estate.
Naughty, naughty. But good, useful blackmail material later. For sure. It's 100% an FMV? Yeah, I thought so. I struggle with that kind of... that kind of gameplay. Where it's kind of like... There's certain ones that I can really get behind in regards to like visual novels and stuff. But most of the time I really struggle with them. I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake. Is this back the way I came? It is. That's the way out. Okay. The preserves. Jam. Marmalade. Which I don't know whether they would have had the marmalade at this stage in it, but... Okay. Burn the fuckers.
Step right up.
Sir? What are you... Oh my! Oh, that's amazing! Does that not hurt?
No, a little trick I learned in India.
Indestructible cobwebs, those.
Sorry, did that scare you, Elsa?
Oh, hello.
I didn't think... Huh.
Hello. Groundskeeper boy.
And you are?
Edward Mallory. You may call me Edward III.
So this is Cousin Eddie. He seems...
Welcome to my castle.
as terrible as the rest of them. My castle indeed.
Pleased to meet you, Eddie. So, your parents would be my aunt and uncle Clara and Victor.
Interesting.
Are they...
Dead. Dead as doornails, the pair of them.
Lovely. You've lived here all your life, so you would have met my father.
Only after he lost what marbles he had left. If it were up to me, I'd have locked him up in the loony bin a bit sooner.
Locked him up?
So what are you doing down here anyway?
There's a line between honesty and rudeness that Cousin Eddie doesn't seem to recognize.
I was helping Miss Crannan.
Oh, why didn't you ask me?
Excuse me, sir. Sirs, I really have to go.
Leaving so soon? Was it something I said?
It's because you're an obnoxious gobshite.
They all tend to act like that in the presence of nobility.
You said something about a loony bin?
I did. Oh, you don't know.
Well?
Well, never you mind. I have an animal to prepare.
I'm getting very tired of everyone in this house avoiding my questions.
Mm-hmm. There seems to be a hell of a lot of it. Tedious little shites that they are.
There's something you should know, sir. Something important. I overheard them talking, and
You're paid to work, not chat. Get to it, girl.
Sorry, Mr. McKinnon. Library, after dinner.
At last, I might get some answers.
Do you know what I think boils my piss more than anything in this game so far? And it's a good thing about the game. Is the fact that my character is supposed to be the soon-to-be lord of this manor. He is literally in the process of all of the deeds being put into his name, so that he is the one that owns the entire castle, and yet everyone treats him like shit. Apart from the maid. They are in the process of making me the lord of the castle, and the butler thinks I am some random offshoot. The cousin evidently realizes that I'm going to take care of him from his main name and he's a little shite. The grandmother, they're all just like shitty people. And I'm like, you don't seem to understand the fact that the rest of you living here is absolutely in my hands. Like, all of that is in my hands. And none of you are acting like that's the case. I'm like, this butler guy, I'm just like, are you fucking for real? If I want to talk to my maid and have her talk to me doing something, then I'll fucking do that because I'm the one in charge. Fuck you, guy. Little piss flap. Is that a... Oh, it looks like the tray is halfway through the table there. Somebody evidently got very angry and lobbed it at the side there. How's it going, Pixel Jules? How you doing, you beautiful bean? After dinner. Okay, so I do need to go to the library before dinner. In order to speak to whoever it was that wanted to speak to me. However, friends, that's why I'm going to, unfortunately, have to leave it today. That's why I'm going to have to leave it today, because I said it was going to have to be a relatively sharp one today, because I got some things I need to do before I go away, and I'm away tonight. I got a whole lot of stuff that I need to do tomorrow. I'm out tomorrow night, and then I'm jumping on the train to get to the airport tomorrow evening, which means because I'm flying out to Europe on god-awful times Friday morning. Oh, god-awful hours Friday morning. I will be out. And then I'm away in Europe Monday, for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm flying back on the Monday. And when I get back on the Monday, I will be literally getting home and then going straight onto stream, which means that stream is going to be a little bit late. I'm expecting it to be between like 8 and 9 by the time I get home. I will also be absolutely fucking knackered, but I am dedicated to the fucking cause.
Pander to my ego. Pander to it. Pander to it.
Thank you for the lovely stream.
Thank you very much for being here, Reb Gresh. I appreciate that. That's very, very kind of you, beautiful bean. Very kind of you indeed. Rational Eyes, how you doing? How's it going? It wouldn't surprise me if some of them had subversive intentions. Possibly, yeah. Thanks for showing off the game. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. It's clanky as shit, and the models that they use for the characters are a little bit clunky as well, but overall, in regards to like the actual game itself and the way the storyline is going, it's really intriguing. It's very much the kind of game that I very much enjoy, because it's one of those games that is like I said, creeping dread, that lingering horror that's just sort of like just behind the curtain, just out of sight, just to the corner of your eye. That's the shit that I really, really like. And also, there's definitely elements of it that are fucking ludicrous, like the jump scare in the guy in the painting and stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? The storyline is absolutely carrying this entire game so far. Plus, you know, the lighting and the sound design is really fucking good with it as well. For sure. Traveling with all of the safety, I will do my absolute best. I will do my absolute best to travel with all of the safety. But I can't guarantee anything. Rebgresh, again, thank you very much for the 100 little panderings. I appreciate that. Friends, we are going to go raid somebody. But before we go raid somebody, could you do me a massive favor and throw out some mod loves in the channel? Say a massive thank you to those wonderful moderators. I would very, very much appreciate that. Yep. You can use any kind of love hearts from any kind of channel. You can use any kind of mod loves from any kind of channel. We are not the kind of people that gets upset with you using other people's emotes here. In fact, if anything, I would encourage it. I love seeing other people's emotes and stuff. You know what I mean? Have a good one in Europe. having the absinthe. Just don't trust the fairy. I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee anything, all right? The best thing is, it's my little brother's stag do / bachelor party, for those people that don't know what a stag do is. So it's going to be an interesting time. It's going to be an interesting time. I believe we're going on an alcohol tasting tour of a specific type of alcohol. We are... oh, is he in here? Again, I checked to see if he's in here. He is not. Okay, and it's not likely he's going to get the chance to say it before. But yeah, it looks like we're going on a few different things. I will tell you all about it on Monday. Save it for Monday. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I will save it for Monday. But I will tell you all the things that we get up to over it. I will be taking my phone and all my like microphones and shit like that. So there's a good chance I'll be recording some stuff while I'm out there. If you want to check me out on other socials and stuff, you can do. There you go. If you're interested in catching me on one of the others, if you are on Instagram, Blue Skies, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Threads, whatever the fuck, if you're on them and you are already using those platforms, I don't want to try and convert people to other platforms and stuff, but if you're on them and you would like to follow me, you are welcome to do so. There is a good chance I will be... Anything that I film over the weekend will not be posted while I'm there for security reasons, so that people don't come and like fucking... stream snipe me, like come find out where I am while I'm away with my brother. I know that none of you would do that, but you can never tell with some people. So yeah, so we're not doing that kind of thing at all, but all the same, I will be posting some other stuff while I'm out there, and then probably when I get back, I will post all of the other bits and pieces, you know? I'll post all the other bits and pieces. But anyway, friends, we're going to go raid somebody. Thank you so much, Mod. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for all you do and in and out of stream, all the stuff you do for me behind the scenes, and all the stuff you do for this wonderful community. I very, 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 very much appreciate it, you beautiful beans. Let me have a quick look at who we can go throw some love at. Ooh. How long you been streaming? No, you're going to raid out momentarily. You are going to finish up momentarily because I know your dynamics. I know what's going on there. Do you know what? We could raid this wonderful individual. We haven't raided them in a little while. We could definitely do that. For sure. Friends, if you're a subscriber, please copy and paste the first raid message. If you're not a subscriber, please copy and paste the second raid message. That's the first bot of vein raid message for subscribers. The second bot of vein raid message for non-subscribers. Friends, we're going to go see a good friend of ours, because they are also playing a game that is a mystery game. I wouldn't say spooky game, but I would say a mystery game. They're playing a mystery game. If you would also like to use the You're So Vain, I bet you think this raid is about you, with your own emotes, you are welcome to do that as well, you cheeky devils, all right? Friends, we're going to go raid our darling friend, our wonderful happy-go-lucky scamp of an individual who is a charmer and another thespian actor extraordinaire. I'm going to go see Francois. We're going to go see the glorious, the darling Francois, who is wonderful and spectacular. If you can stick around for the raid, even if it's on like 5-10 minutes, I would really, really, really appreciate it. Fuck me, there are loads of you in here. Hello, you beautiful individuals. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I didn't realize there was quite so many of you in here. I'd see it. I don't have my viewer numbers on until like the raid, and then I'm like, Jesus Christ. Friends, if you're not in the raid up here, please click on the link that I have just thrown out here so that we can all raid over. I don't do shout outs anymore because it gives them a heads up that we're coming, and I don't want to be doing that. Have an amazing weekend. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks so much for the raids, the subs, the gift subs, all the cheeky little bitties. Thanks so much for the donations that have happened over the past week. Thanks so much for the throne wishlist purchases that have happened over the past week. I am so very, very lucky to have you all here, and I really, really appreciate it. I will be doing no more streams this week because I will be going away tomorrow evening pretty much, but I will be back on Monday, probably between 8 and 9. I will do my best to get back as quickly as possible and get on stream as quickly as possible, all right? Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for the conversation we had earlier. Thanks so much for being part of the game. Thanks so much for all you beautiful lurkers, or should I say watchers from the void. If you're watching the VOD, thank you so much for watching the VOD as well. I appreciate you. I'll be back on Monday, probably between 8 and 9 p.m. BST. Friends, until then, Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Because if I wouldn't do it, he'll fucking kill you. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.